Is it time?
Time for
Time.
Gateway?
That's crazy.
What?
But-
Goofballs.
That's a
But-
name I haven't heard in.
Since 65. Remember when
Star
we
Wars.
were young?
1966.
19.
Now back then.
That's the year 19.
Now back then, a 9mm round wasn't a penny. It was actually 6 pennies that you broke into a multitude of pieces, and you threw one bit. And I'd say I'd like a bit for a bullet. That's what we said at the time.
But welcome,
You
everybody.
used-
Hello.
Yeah. Welcome
My-
back. We're here. Hang on. There's something on the screen.
Is it the stream?
Okay.
It's obstructing my view of Venus.
No, not Venus. It's in retrograde.
Oh, no.
God.
Oh, my lord.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my Lanta.
Oh, that explains it. I was about to say, like, I don't show Unexpectables live on my thing. And then I looked at the Unexpectables I was on. It only has 2 followers. I was like, well, wait, that...
Something tells me that might not be the right one.
Nani?
Beware of imitations.
We
that
had-
can't be right.
If we had 2 followers in the Unexpectable, something very wrong has happened.
Well, I think you've got a really good audience presence, despite the fact.
Look, most people
Okay.
don't subscribe these days. They let the algorithm tell them what they want to look at.
It's true.
He says, doing the
Damn.
exact same thing.
Damn sheep.
Well, regardless of whether you felt it in your heart or you're one of those sheeple who just found us, welcome to Gateway.
I would also prefer Sherson.
Sherson?
She person. Yeah, she
I
person.
see. Isoka.
Ice, okay.
Welcome to Gateway.
It's good to be back.
Yeah,
Woohoo!
it's going to be an interesting session for sure.
It always
God.
is. Make sure to check
Wait,
the
why are
backlog.
you telling me that now?
Well, you'll find out maybe. Let's go around the
Check
horn.
backlog.
Let's go around the horn and introduce ourselves, starting with Laney Pator. Where can they find you and what are you up to?
Me? Well, I'm busy as hell. So not a lot of time to post my own stuff these days. Sorry, the Ties That Bind still currently on hiatus. I'm preparing for a move and have a lot of things that I'm working on in the interim. Life is busy right now. But if you do enjoy more RPGs, you can still find me in Tales Unwritten. The first full season is now out on 4-Star Bento. Check it out. It's the first time I played a bard. It's all like heavily edited and there's like sound effects. It's crazy how much effort Stefan put into the production of that, frankly. So if you're curious at all, check out Tales Unwritten. That's what I got to pimp out for now.
It's been a fun watch.
Glad you've been enjoying it, dude.
Great. Up next, we've got the one, the only. Hey, Mr. Rabbit.
Hey, how y'all doing? I'm Rabbit. I'm a writer, trying to get into voice acting, stuff like that. I don't got a whole lot of things going on. Next to nothing right now on my plate right now. But if you want to go ahead and watch my shows, I'm a bit of a storyteller. I stream on twitch.tv/HeyMrRabbit. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I play all kinds of games. I've been playing Alan Wake 2 with Sarah on Thursdays. That's the last one of the Remedy games. Might play a lot of pixel indie games after that. Not sure. But I do really like RPGs. And one of my favorite ones that I've been playing right now is RuneScape. I've been playing RuneScape 3, and I have a neat account on that called Mr. Everything. And on it, it's a very tumultuous task of trying to get everything that you can get as an Iron Man. And now an Iron Man, they can't trade with people. They can't use the auction house or anything like that. So to get it, you got to go out and actually get it from the bosses and whatnot. And so what we're doing is we're aiming to get every single drop, every single achievement, and every single title that you can get in RuneScape 3 as an Iron Man. I've never seen anyone else try this. Believe me, I've looked. I've used the YouTube algorithm to figure out, has anyone else done this? No one else has really attempted it. So I'm going to go ahead and try to be the first one on the block for that.
That sounds
So
nutty.
if you want to go ahead and see that, you can just come on down to twitch.tv/Hey Mr. Rabbit. And I tell a lot of fun stories here and there too, but I think you might enjoy too. That's pretty much what I have going on right now.
Alrighty.
Platinuming RuneScape. That's
Yeah.
good luck.
Yeah. I'm platinuming RuneScape. I just finished up all the time gates, or as I like to tell the chat, the busy work. I've finished all the busy work. We finally unlocked ports. And to do that, you need to have level 90 in a skill, and that's an investment. I have so much fish that I caught, I will never need food on this account for my health. I have just changed my bank before we started. I have over 17,000 desert souls.
Incredible. You're going to show up in a Guinness book somewhere.
Ideally, you know, that would be nice to just have something plastered on there. Even if like Jagex himself just came down and just patted my little head, that would be enough. That would be enough. But we'll see where that takes us, and you can go ahead and watch the journey on my Twitch channel.
Excellent. And then we have Sarah. Where can they find you, and what are you up to?
I'm on Twitter and YouTube at Sarah with an H, and with an E, Willia. Yeah, it's kind of quiet recently. I mean, we are in the middle of a strike, so. I mean, Sailor Moon Cosmos dropped on Netflix, and I'm back voicing Sailor Star Healer, so that was lovely to come back to, because I can talk about what little anime I get on occasion. And I popped into Tower of God Season 2 as Noma in Episode 6, so yeah, that's about it. Otherwise, it's kind of quieter lately. Playing games with Rabbit on the Thursdays.
Yeah.
It's been very fun. There was a whole musical sing and dance number last time we played Alan Wake 2, and I couldn't believe my ears or eyes.
Sam Lake, you mad bastard.
He's crazy. My favorite writer, bar none.
So yeah, that's me.
Right on. And of course, we've got our newest runaway, Xanalis Grimm. Where can they find you, and what are you up to?
Hello, it's me, Zan. You could find me, well, if you like more RPG content as well, you could find me tomorrow at twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn at around 3 p.m. PST for some. We're returning more to the Dungeons of Dread setting. Oh, that bodes well. So if you want to catch anything like that, some nice, spooky, fun RPG content, that'll be there. Monday, we're returning back to Stalwart Souls over on my channel, twitch.tv/AnalystGrim, over around 7 p.m. PST. A few friends of the channel that you might know will be involved in that one, so if you like D&D content, that'll be there as well. And then Tuesday, I will be streaming a good chunk of the day some more Space Marine 2, so if you like that content, that'll be there. We're going to be breaking into the endgame content, so if you want to see really challenging fights, that's there. And then Thursday, over at twitch.tv/MontyGlue at 7 p.m. PST, you can catch me playing Bertrand Lockwood. We're pretty deep into the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, so if, again, you need even more D&D content, that's there. And that's me.
Very nice. Very cool. I may have downloaded Space Marine 2 as well, and yeah.
I want to get around to playing that. I need time.
It's pretty good. It's a pretty good game.
It looks good.
Yes. But I suppose all that's left is me. They can find me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Tumblr, Blue Sky, at Distortion Devil. Instagram at Connor McKinley VA. I stream Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, as well as Thursdays. Yeah. Y'all already know all my stuff. Tomorrow we're going to be playing some more Darksiders. Been absolutely having a blast with that game. Yes.
Hey, Connor.
Yes.
This episode wouldn't happen to be brought to you by something or someone, would it?
Yes.
Well, you know what? Now that you mention it, this episode was brought to you in part by Die Hard Dice.
Die Hard Dice!
That's right.
Yeah.
Die Hard Dice. It's your one-stop shop for dice and dice accessories. And if you head on over to dieharddice.com, you can use the code Unexpectables to save 10% on your order. As well, check out our merch store, where I recently added a few more products to the available line of our merch. If you take a look at our store, you can see all the fun new not designs, but fun new products to put our designs on. We got out there. As well, we've got some new designs coming down the pipeline, including a gateway themed one. You may clap.
Whoa!
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
You didn't have the applause sign glowing, so I think
Oh, right, of course.
I gotta change the bulb on that.
Silly me. Yes. We also couldn't do this week in, week out without bits and subs from viewers like you. From people such as Dill357, thank you for the 37 months of Prime. Hope you all have fun tonight. Dark E Arts, thank you for the 53 months. Meet me in St. Louis. Ghost King 3F2TS, thank you for the 63 bits. IDC Witch, thank you for the 49 bits. Gateway, I rolled Snake Eyes and ruined the only other working car in the wasteland. Darn.
Darn.
As well, thank you for the
Cynthia
additional
killed me.
100 bits. And Jesse J, thank you for the 2 months of subbing.
All right, Jesse J.
Mm-hmm. With that, are we ready to get into it?
Yes.
Do
We
it.
ready to
are.
get into the Apex? Wait. No.
Apex, no.
Ooh.
That's not kosher.
All right, I gotta put on my voice.
Throw in your lungs.
Putting
Careful,
on the
that's your-
lungs.
That's your money-making lungs.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Ahem. All right. When last we left the runaways, Apex the Wildman, Louise the Scavenger, Alvin the Mechanic, and Theo the Combat Medic. They had just entered the town of Westport, a lone bastion of civilization in the wasteland that hid a dark secret, as most of the town was run on slave labor. They met with Mikhail, the de facto leader of a splinter group of the family known as Liberato, who had brought them up on what the town has been like ever since Deuce was elected mayor of Westport. He told them to meet with a man named Junior, who happened to be none other than the son of the late Don Slick, who acted as a double agent with the resistance in Westport and the family. He let them know that while they have his support, he couldn't quite forgive what they did to his father. He pointed them to the Trainwreck Saloon to seek out the former mayor of Westport, a woman named Delilah. Will they be able to make another ally? How long until this powder keg goes off? Find out now on tonight's episode of Gateway.
The mayor, that's what we were doing.
Liberato, that was the name? God, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I totally forgot. Just put that in my notes being like, that's fucking cool.
Liberato, not ran by Liberace.
Yeah.
pretty sure that got brought up last session.
It was.
Neat.
It rang a bell.
And so as the bell chimes in the door to Lee's shoe repair, Apex, I believe you were making your way out.
Indeed. As his memory suddenly jogged that they were going to go try to find the former mayor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. Let's do that.
And so you hit the streets once more.
Yep, doing our best. I mean, my face isn't a known quantity, but we are new faces that got in without checking in at a checkpoint. So doing my best to hide my face from any onlooking security.
And I have my welding. I have the welding mask over my face and whatnot.
Mhm.
So.
And I have
Don-
a new I have a new haircut courtesy of Apex, the stylist.
Mm-hmm.
In another life, he would have been a barber.
Yeah.
I would have called him.
Stylist.
I want to call him Apex.
Theo got a mani pedi from Apex as well.
Lepex.
the Apex.
Lepux.
Spa and grill.
With your old disguises donned, you hit the streets of Westport, and I'm assuming you're going to the Trainwreck Saloon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alrighty. You begin to make your way through the somewhat crowded streets.
Lots of
You see it-
security.
You see about an equal amount of the town security that you're familiar with. They've sort of got brown outfits and Kevlar vests, assault rifles. You see an equal amount of members of the family wearing their usual fare, long trench coats, suits. A lot of people wielding submachine guns, old Chicago typewriters. And you begin to make your way to the Trainwreck Saloon.
Is this a saloon we've been to previously, or is this?
I
one
believe
that's
you
off
have.
our radar? Okay.
I believe you were here last time you were in Westport in the first time you were in Westport, I should say.
So is this the one we talked to? Oh God, Toby in?
Yes.
Okay.
As I recall, they had kind of a roped-off back room as well.
That is correct. Behind the bar.
Maybe that's just a thing in this town. They all got little back rooms.
The speakeasy vibe is a good an easy sell for a bar.
I just imagine one of them has arcade machines in it.
None of them work, but damn it, they have them.
The bell on the door ding, clings as you four. Wait.
Well,
Someone
Phil
with
is
you right
here
now?
too, I guess.
Phil's always
true.
with us.
That's true.
He
Oh,
rattles.
no, I don't think
wanna
we're
play...
traveling with an NPC right now.
Rattles.
Then you-
Want to play a pinball game?
Didn't want to be a mean guy. Want to be a dancer.
As you make your way into the Trainwreck Saloon, this place is not as busy as it was the first time you were here. You see that there are some tables that are just simply not filled, as opposed to the first time you were here. It was busy enough that you could have a private conversation and not fear anybody overhearing you, because it was just so busy and buzzing, and this time it's a little bit more low-key. You see the bartender that greeted you last time wave to you as you walk in yet again.
No.
I know it's been a while since we've been here. Is there a look of familiarity on his face when he sees any of us?
Make a wits roll.
All of us or just Apex?
All of you can, if you would like.
Ah.
Spokely Dokley.
Dice roller advanced. D6 2 D6 plus.
My computer is so slow with Roll20 these days. Why do you hate me? Bah.
Hi, yes.
Whoa!
That's a 7.
That's a few too many dice, I think.
Well,
Hold on.
well, you. I mean, you.
Ah.
see-
Well, you
got a
somehow
perfect
managed to.
roll.
You somehow managed to hit the number of the episode.
You're welcome.
That
All
means
right.
that means Apex passes,
That
right?
means I get to
This-
roll again. 11.
This truly is Fallout 76.
Damn.
Wow. That's
16
that's-
times.
I want to think that's a good omen. That's a good omen.
Yeah.
No, I played Elden Ring. Omens are not good.
Lanny's ready to play
But-
Shadowrun.
That's racist.
But we're not maidenless. Hi,
What the-
I'm the maiden. I'm a female. You have a maiden?
You said it with all the air of, yeah, I'm a female. What of it? You want to fight?
Want to fight about it?
Yeah, you want? Yeah, I got the girly bits. I got the things hanging off my chesticles. You want to fight about it?
Anyway, I got an 11.
Yeah.
I
got a
love it
7.
too.
Zan, how about you?
I don't think it really makes sense for him to make a
Yeah.
Theo to make a
probably
wits
not.
here.
That is fair.
Yeah, as this is probably your first time here,
Hmm.
quite clearly he does not recognize you. However, Alvin, Louise, and Apex, you see his expression goes through several shifts. Apex and Alvin specifically, he's like, I guess the best way to describe what his face does is it is quite clearly a look of recognition. His face goes, oh, and
Shit's
then
been made.
quickly shifts back to a sort of a neutral as he says, welcome back.
Good to be back, I say as I walk up to the bar.
Hello. What can I help you with?
We're looking for somebody.
That seems to be a common trend for you.
Yes.
Who might you be looking for?
I look around the bar. What's the clientele look like? Are we talking like, does it look like anybody from the, let's call it the dark side of the family is hanging out?
I'd want to look for anybody who looks like they would turn us in if they found out.
You, let me see here. As it would have it, you don't see any members of the family in here. You do see a couple of what might be off-duty guards hanging out in the corner of the room. You see some quite well-off couples, it seems, eating a nice dinner in this dimly lit place. Doesn't appear to be like a skeezy or like shady, just sort of like a nice place to eat.
Yeah, mostly just want to make sure that I'm not going to prickle the ears of anybody who might have a particular investment in the current administration.
At the very least, no family members here.
All right. I lean in a little bit. I heard tell that the former mayor comes around these parts.
You see his expression sort of shift again.
My expression has shifted from that of the mask that I was wearing to the steely eyes of the Apex.
That's interesting rumor.
Any truth to it?
Make a charm roll.
2.
I love that since Cynthia's been gone, Apex has been our point man.
Well, no. Point man is with Cynthia.
Yeah, point man's with Cynthia.
You're absolutely correct, though. I should not be the mouth.
To be fair, my charisma's crap, so, I mean, you're better choices than most.
Apex is
Not
just
today,
too
though.
analytical and impersonal.
Well, couldn't say, really.
I look at Louise.
Takes one to know one.
He appears to be trying to throw you off of some sort of trail.
Size.
I look him in the eyes one more time. This time, my steely gaze has a bit more inner fire to it. And I'm going to essentially look at him and say, there are lives that depend on this. You will tell me, or I will find out. And I'm going to attempt to intimidate him.
Okay.
Just kind of tower and loom while I'm saying it a little bit.
That's a body roll for you.
It is, which is much better. Yeah, damn it, mother! Are you kidding me? As I sit up to loom, I press my hands down on the bar, not realizing it's wet. My hands slip, and you will tell me every slam. Ah! Just kind of hit my forehead on the bar, completely whiffing my intimidation entirely.
You see, this man is somewhat, sort of like a homely, greasy, sort of plump Italian man. He's got sort of slicked back black hair and a big curly mustache. He looks friendly for the most part, but the second you try to threaten him, his brows furrow and you see something shift in his posture that makes you think that this is not an individual to be trifled with.
I take notice of that moments after kind of wiping a little bit of blood from my lip after I slam my face into his bar. Sorry. I kind of the equivalent of tucking my tail between my legs and walking behind my companions.
Mind if I take a go?
Yes, Apex is just going to kind of be in the corner.
I'm gonna nudge.
Sulking.
You see it. You see him audibly just let a breath out, and he takes his hand off of something behind the bar.
I'm gonna nudge Louise with my elbow. I know that. I don't think this is. I don't think these looks are gonna cut it with us.
Oh no, I
You
know.
want me to let me try something? I'll look down at I'll look down at Bastion. I'll pat him on the I'll pat him on the shoulder. It's okay.
Louise will put her hands up and go.
The look on his face right now is one you're not used to, especially because he's normally wearing a mask. He looks downright embarrassed.
Oh. Louise will sort of hold her hands up and take a step back and be like, "You got this, Ishan." She'll go to Apex. I know. I'm still playing like your secretary or something in this situation, right?
Yeah, my ego is very bruised.
Just sort of Mr. Take out a handkerchief or something. Oh, Mr. Dread, here. Bit of a slip there, right?
Yeah, I wipe the blood from my lip as Alvin talks.
Listen, I just lift up the. I'll lift up the. What is it? Welding mask. I'll lift up the welding mask in front of him. Listen, I know that everything's a powder keg right now, but there's got to be something we can do to help. And we heard word that there might be someone here who could help us. And help you, help the entire town, help everything. We ain't here to cause any trouble. My friend, it's been very stressful for all of us. If there's anything you can do in your heart to go ahead and let us know, I'd be mighty grateful. I might even go ahead and ask for some top shelf whiskey. I don't know. Something to make it up, something to make it right to you, something to make it right, and something to make it upright with this situation. We ain't here to cause a scene, nothing. We just here to go ahead and do what needs to be doing. And I can't speak with everyone else, but sir, I want to try to do the right thing.
This is going to be interesting. I want you to make a straight charm roll, and I want everyone to make a strange roll.
Ooh. That no.
4. Oof, my dice are not happy today.
See ya,
Let's
buddy.
see.
No, it should be +2.
Oh, come on, a 4. Oh, well.
Was that your charm?
Yeah, that was
No.
my charm.
That's 7.
You'll see a look on his face, Louise, that you ain't never seen before. It looks distant.
Oh.
You can see that he's still a little miffed from the earlier interaction he had with your group. He leans in and he whispers to you, "The last time you tried to help, a lot of people died, and my friend is in prison. I think you should leave."
I'm trying to approach you as well as I can, sir, but I'll relent for now. I'm sorry for what happened, but I'm trying to go ahead and set things right.
Did everybody roll strange?
Yep.
2 4s, 2 7s.
2 4s and 2 7s.
No, sorry. 2 7s and a 4 for the strange.
2 7s and a 4. Okay. So I need one more strange roll?
Did Alvin need to roll strange?
Oh,
I thought he was
I
just
can
rolling
roll.
a straight.
Yes,
Oh,
I
I
said
can roll.
everybody.
Oh, okay. Alvin still
5.
needs to roll strange.
Okay.
This algorithm's not
4,
happy with
5,
me.
7, 7.
I mean, that's 19. Do we hit?
I don't think any of us have rolled a success at this round.
That
No, my
is
first
that
roll
is
was an
2
11.
failures and 2 minor
Right.
successes.
Actually, my first roll was a 76, so, you know. I used up all my numbers there.
Damn, that's
a good
number.
Yeah, we got in,
Okay.
but it's it's just how it lies. You can't be upset with that.
As you begin to back away from the bar, you hear the door, the bell above the door chime, and in walks 4 family members. Hey, we need some drinks. As they begin to move their way to the bar, Alvin, as you turn away, you hear the sound of beads moving. Like the
I'll look
several
toward it.
several like wooden clacks.
Like a bead curtain.
Yes.
Oh.
I'll look back toward the sound of the beads.
You turn away and you see what appears to be a woman in a tight black dress, long black gloves that go up to her biceps, a large black wide brim hat that covers most of her features, and a cigarette placed in one of those long holders.
Mm-hmm.
She appears to be wearing sunglasses from what little you can see under her hat, and she moves out from behind this area on the bar, and she goes to sit at a large table, the one that you remember seeing Toby sitting at when you initially walked in here the first time. And as these 4 individuals from the family begin to make their way over at the bar, I need everybody to, except for Theo, to make an additional, I guess, charm roll, or however you would feel trying to hide your features, I suppose.
Could I roll? Could I roll wits?
Yeah, I'd personally treat this as a moment of situational awareness.
Nah, I tried to do a charm for it to see if I could hide my face or something. That's another 4.
Is wits agreeable, or is charm the roll?
What are you using to try and hide yourself for using wits?
Well, I already have kind of a bit of a handkerchief, and Louise and I can kind of block ourselves sort of away from the door so that we're kind of facing shoulders back towards the family.
We're
Okay.
all dressed up. I have to fix my face so my weird, creepy expressions don't hide. So can I roll wits?
Put a little mustache on Phil.
It's like, whoop. Shit, marker.
Yoop.
Slap it on.
Okay, you can roll wits if you'd like.
Okay.
8. Okay, much better.
9.
It's not perfect, but it's better than what it would have been.
7's my
Okay.
number today, Connor.
1 failure and 3 minor successes. Okay. One of them sort of purposely bumps into you, Alvin.
All
And
right, I'll
he says,
roll
"Hey,
my
watch where
shoulder.
you go. Watch where you're going, pal."
Oh, my apologies, sir. As I slap down the welding mask.
Yes, he sort of turns to look at you before you can slap the welding mask down, and he tilts his head for a moment.
He does have a slave collar around his neck, too. Like a bomb collar.
I do.
But he did also just see your face.
He did.
Um,
One of his... Oh, yeah?
can Theo see that there's analyzation going on the man's face?
Quite clearly. You see his head tilt, and he, gets a look on his face like, wait a minute.
Knowing Theo's new here, Theo will kind of walk up to the man. Say, you wouldn't happen to all be members of the family, would you?
Huh? What? I mean, yeah.
Oh shit! Let me get you a drink. Hey, what you having? And you kind of pull him over towards the bar.
He sort of looks to his fellows, and he looks warily at you, and he's like, okay, friend. Yeah, let's get a drink. And as Theo leads away this group of family members, you sort of feel the suspicion begin to drop away from you, Alvin.
Lordy.
Don't worry about it, Sean. I think Theo's got this one covered.
Bastion glances over and just kind of nods. Training his eye back to the lady in the big brimmed hat.
Did we all see her? Was it just Apex and...
Yeah, I would say you all saw her. She's currently sitting at sort of a large empty table. As she comes out of the door, you also notice a man begin to sidle up next to her and just sort of lean against the wall next to her, arms folded.
What's the look of this man? Does he look security? Does he look like some sort of
He is definitely wearing hefty, darkened, dyed leathers. He is, from what you can tell about his face, he's sort of also wearing sunglasses. He's got Sort of dirty blonde, slicked back hair. He is muscular and handsome in a way that kind of makes you hate him.
Wait, okay.
I get
Are we
that.
talking like? Are we talking
I
like?
understand that Bastion probably wouldn't process that particular emotion.
He's just got like a Cavill-esque air to him.
Oh
Gotcha.
no.
Like a Chris Hemsworth or whatever.
Oh yes.
He'd definitely be one of the
Okay.
Chris's.
He's a little short, but he is muscular and he is handsome. He appears to have some sort of automatic rifle strapped to his back, and he's just leaning against the wall, looking tough and being in the general proximity of this woman.
So definitely security.
Looks like there's our customer right there.
I would tend to agree. Looks around at Theo, like still whining and dining the family. It's like, I don't know if we should try to talk to her while those guys are here.
No, I don't think so either. I think the kettle's on the fire, and it's going to be a while before it whistles.
Shit.
Is she
It
just
looks to
sitting at the
Apex.
table and drinking? Like Apex is just studying this woman right now.
She appears to be. It's hard to follow her expression because her eyes are hidden. She is just smoking and drinking at this table, seemingly alone. Occasionally, you see her head like swivel slightly, as if she's just like looking around the room, people watching.
Apex, Alvin, either you got, I don't know, maybe we could pass her a note or something. And then hightail it out of here, depending how this goes. I don't know.
It might work. I'll lean over toward Apex. If you got some charcoal, I got some paper. You might be able to write something down. I could go ahead and act as a, like a drudge and go ahead and hand it off to the tough guy there. Might be able to hand off that note over to her. I think that's going to be our best bet right now.
Maybe let me do the handing off, Earthshine.
What kind of servers does this place have? Like people that bring drinks to like the tables. Is it just the bartender, or do they actually have staff?
There is staff here. You see, other than the bartender, behind the bar, what you could probably assume to be the owner of this place. You see several well-dressed, seems to be dark pants, sort of nice vest, and a clean white undershirt seems to be the typical server's attire here, as well as bomb collars. The majority of the waitstaff here appear to be slaves.
Apex doing 4D chess here.
First, we
There's-
need to determine that. First, we need to determine that is our target.
I think you're coming in a little quiet, Laney.
Oh. He just kind of like leans in and says, "First, we need to determine that is who we think it is. If we pass them a message and it gets into the wrong hands, it needs to be that would have to be something that would be purposefully vague, except for something that only the person that we intended for would understand. And I don't think we have that kind of relationship."
No, we don't. Hell, back in the day, I don't think we would have wanted to give her a short straw. But now, I think we got to go ahead and talk to her. How do we make contact in this situation?
You don't make contact with her. And I look at her bodyguard. Louise.
I don't know. What? I could try, but he looks all business. I don't know if I can sweet talk him. I'm not much of a sweet talker.
Put a drink in your hand. At least then you'll look more of the part.
All right. I'll give it a go. Where are... You guys got some caps for me, or how much many caps do I've got? Okay. How much is whiskey or a drink here?
Let me look up their prices real quick. Woohoo! I'm looking at notes. Looking at my notes for prices for whiskey.
Talking to her directly would be too suspicious. Approaching through an intermediary, especially when you're acting like you're not interested in her at all. That could be the best way to determine.
If you're looking for just a small glass of whiskey, that's 3 caps.
All right. I will, if the bartender is not busy with the Theo and all of them now, I will mosey over there and put down 3 caps. Small whiskey, please.
Speaking of Theo, you go over to the bar and begin schmoozing with this gaggle of members of the family who appear to be off duty now. And the one that you made contact with, the one that bumped into Alvin, sort of wraps his arm around your shoulder and says, well. You know, not a lot of people look favorably upon us, but I'm curious. What about the family is so enticing, buddy?
Well, merchant from out of town, or rather represent a few caravans that are moving through, and I like to try and get in good with the people who, well, seem to run the place.
Smart man, I like it.
But as such, words are nice, but whiskey's better. What you drinking?
Oh, me? Whiskey's fine by me. You brought it up, so why not?
And how about you and your fellows there?
Whiskey all around! Yeah, leave the bottle here.
Theo will motion towards the bartender.
Well, since you're paying, it's 10 caps.
He'll place 12 caps. Now, real quick, maybe I'm being a little presumptuous here, but is there a way at all to do business here with from out of towners? Who would I go about talking to? I imagine getting a meeting with the mayor is just too difficult at this point.
Oh, well, we probably got someone we can talk to see if you can arrange a meeting, so to speak.
Oh, that would be mighty helpful.
Make a charm roll.
No. 5.
Cynthia, where are you?
Do the drinks help at all?
You did buy them a bottle of fine whiskey.
Yes! Whiskey
So-
trumps charm!
I'll go ahead and say you can re-roll that 1.
All right.
So you're currently sitting at a 3.
I mean, it was meant to be.
What's happening tonight?
The
I'm
game
telling
has
y'all.
the dice have decided to tell a story.
The bartender pours them all glasses from this bottle and says, well, how about you keep these coming and maybe I'll see if there's a guy I can talk to for you. All right, buddy? What'd you say your name was?
Name's Theo.
Theo. Yeah, just keep these coming and we'll see if we can do some business.
Mighty fine with me. Even if I just get a nice drink with a few lovely fellas, that's fine too. Say, you wouldn't happen to know who the dame is in the large hat over there, would you?
You
Don't like the silence.
you see him just sort of tilt his head over to the woman in the black dress. You see something like a look of recognition cross over his features, then he just immediately goes back to smiling and looks at you. I couldn't say. Hard to take account of every person that comes through here.
I was here a few years back, and I wasn't sure if that was the same woman I met before. Oh, no matter. Hey, why don't we keep drinking, huh?
Yeah, why don't we? Theo. He wraps his arm around you and sort of just like shudders you, just like my pal. Louise, as you approach the bartender, he sort of gets a stern look on his face again and just shakes his head.
I hold up my caps and I just push him forward. Just getting a drink.
I thought I told you to leave.
I will put down 6 caps instead. Not saying anything, just looking solemn and said, appreciate a small whiskey if that'd be all right.
Make a charm roll.
Why? I'm the one with the -1.
Look, everybody else has been rolling crap. We're due for a good one.
Oh, God. Don't say that, please.
No, I'm saying that dead on. There's no chance you're rolling 2 1s. See?
Okay, I got a 7. Okay. Oh.
He closes his eyes and he closes his eyes and it looks like he's counting backwards from 10 in his head. He finally lets out a breath. He holds up 3 more fingers.
I will put down another 3 caps.
He grabs your 9 caps and he hands you a small glass of whiskey.
Sorry, I have to update my caps in that case real fast. That was 32, and that's another 6. Hang on. I will take the drink and nod. And how close are those guys that Theo are dining and dining?
You're at the bar, so you're like right next to them.
Then there is no chance for any kind of conversation otherwise. So I will just nod and take my small whiskey.
Does
All right.
Does Louise make any sort of eye contact with Theo or not?
I mean, considering how close you are to those guys, I'm not going to risk it.
Okay, fair enough.
There is a definite look on her face, though, that you can tell that she's definitely doing it on purpose. Like, she's not just like, oh, I don't notice you. She's like, I can't make eye contact with you right now.
Theo's gonna put another 10 caps down. Bartender, another whiskey or another bottle, would you? You'll...
The members of the family all simultaneously go, hey! Yeah, that's what we like to see.
He'll smile, put his arm around the guy whose arm's around Theo. Give me a moment. I gotta return the rental, as it were.
Sure thing, high roller.
And Theo will kind of leave them to the 2 bottles of whiskey and kind of head towards the direction of the restroom, hopefully away from their sight, so that if we need to huddle, we can.
Can you make a wits roll as you get up to leave?
Sure. $10.
As you get up and turn to leave, he's like, yeah, okay. And he turns back to the rest of his group, and it's sort of in a hushed tone. He just chuckles. What a sucker.
All right. Theo will keep his smile to himself and head around the corner to kind of give Louise a passing glance, like, hey, I'm free to talk if you need to.
Oh. She will sort of smile to herself. It's like, son of a bitch is good. Take a little sip of her whiskey, and before she turns away from the bartender, she'll say, we are trying to fix this. sorry we fucked it up before. But do you really want it to stay the way it is right now? Eh?
Going to work.
Huh?
Sorry, that was
Hmm?
towards the bartender.
That was
Oh, it
towards
was.
the
Oh, I
bartender.
thought you were talking to Theo. I'm my bad. Sorry. What
No,
did you say?
he's gone. He's dealing with assholes. She takes a little sip of her whiskey, and to the bartender under her breath, she sort of goes, "For what it's worth, we are trying to fix this. I'm sorry we fucked it up before. Do you really want it to stay this way, though?"
He like looks side to side, and he just subtly shakes his head.
She'll take another sip and sort of not exactly look at him in the eye, but as she's taking it down from her mouth, she just goes, "These people in the prison are our top priority, trust me. Want to get them out real bad."
As you start talking, he goes, "Shh."
Well, that's why she said it under her breath.
Yeah, but you're very much within earshot of those 4 family members.
Yeah, but they're busy. And
Whatever
she
you're-
will turn and... Sorry?
Whatever you're planning, keep it out of my saloon.
Nods. Do our best. Turns and she will start heading towards that blonde, short king guy.
The
He's
short
not like
Edward.
Blonde short
He's not like
king.
short. He's just like not as tall as like someone with his build would rightfully
Look,
be.
5'8" isn't short.
Tell that to
No, you-
Deep Rock Galactic.
Sorry, I
Now
couldn't
you
hear.
know.
Sorry, I couldn't hear
Now-
you down there. What'd you say?
Now you know how I feel. Now you know how I feel.
You're just a little hater. Yeah, and
All right.
Man.
As Louise approaches, I assume at some point when she gets close enough, he's going to take stock. What's his look?
yeah, he as you begin to approach the table, he sort of pushes himself off the wall and swaggers up to you.
She will not approach the table. She will approach him, and I mean, if he already moves against or away from the wall, that's one thing. But if she can get it, pull it off, she will just go to the wall next to him and lean against it.
As you begin to approach him, he looks at you and he kind of begins to back off.
Well, if he doesn't back off all the way, she'll just raise her little thing, take a sip, and go, "Not drinking by yourself, handsome?"
I'm on duty. What?
Duty? Looks around, and she kind of deliberately doesn't look at the lady, because, I mean, is the lady clocking me at all?
She is definitely clocked you. She's looking over at the table and she's mouthing at this person like, "What the fuck?"
Apex
Okay,
is
this
just
is
doing?
nodding
more
from
than I
across.
thought.
Apex is just nodding from across the room, all according to plan.
So cool.
What do you want?
Ekakudoro.
Just want to make some conversation. Just, you know.
What with me? Why
Raise
me?
his eyebrow.
Look,
The
I
whole
I
thing
have
about
to.
me calling you handsome was totally lost on you, wasn't it?
It's just
She will allow that trademark grin to sort of peek through.
He sort of like swallows hard. Right. And the woman sort of like tilts her head into the conversation, like leaning up from the table. I'm sorry. What are you doing?
Oh my God! I see. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you two were. She makes a gesture that could maybe be interpreted as slightly vulgar, but isn't. Am I
She-
stepping on some toes here?
She takes a drag from her cigarette and stands up from the table. That is my bodyguard, I'll thank you.
Oh, is that what they're calling it these days? What am I doing?
Currently screaming from behind a welding mask.
I don't think I enjoy you talking to me that way very much, ma'am. Who are you?
Oh, I'm just passing by. It's so different here nowadays, you know. It feels like it's a lot stricter and more tight-ass, you know what I mean? Kind of miss the old days. Makes a pointed... her look gets very pointed at that point.
Ma'am, I'm not sure what you think you're doing, but let me be very clear with you. She begins to walk up. You hear the clacking of her high heels on the sort of stone tile floor. She takes one last drag of her cigarette, and she takes her hand. And then she extinguishes her cigarette on the back of it.
Tough broad.
She blows smoke in your face and says, "Neither me nor my bodyguard want anything to do with you." She lets go of your hand and sits back down. And
Aw.
the bodyguard just sort of like holds both of his hands up and is like, "What am I here for?"
Well, that's a bit of a shame.
Your hand
she will-
hurts.
Yeah, Louise will clock that, but she's on a mission here. She will lean forward on the table with both her hands and is under her breath as quietly as she can, so only this woman hears it. She goes, "But if you ever change your mind, I'm always up for some blunt conversation." Does she respond to that at all, facially?
Simon, you hear a round entering a chamber of a rifle.
Well, get back up and hold her hands up. Nice meeting y'all.
Keep
Downs
your
the rest
hands
of her drink in one gulp.
Keep your hands to yourself. She turns away and continues. She replaces the cigarette with another one.
I will go back to Apex and Alvin.
Do you examine your
Okay,
hand
I'm
at
not
all?
gonna lie, once I get back to them, I will give it a peek.
Yeah, she held that on there for a long time. You got a big red burn mark on the back of your hand. Give me a wits roll.
Sure.
This will be pretty easy. I'll probably say it's like +1.
Oh, is this not my normal wits roll?
This will be a wits +1 on top of your regular bonus.
Oh, thank you. I love that. Oh, my God. That's a 6. Why? Why, God? Why?
Of course.
Why does...
Of course.
You know what?
Why? Why, God?
You know what?
Just...
I'm just going to forget that roll. You would definitely notice this at some point. It's your hand.
Thank you.
So usually when a part of you gets injured, you like to examine the entire thing. As you're looking at the back of your hand, you sort of subconsciously flip over to the front. And drawn in ash on the palm of your hand is a sentence.
Huh.
It reads-
That say?
It reads, "Your cover's bad. Meet me at room 099.
Yeah, we aren't great
Please.
at this.
Louise will glance down at that, kind of close her fist up again, and to Apex and Alvin, she will very softly say, "I think we need to leave now."
Well, that wasn't appropriate.
Yeah, you have no ideas. You have no idea, Sean. Give me 1 second. She's going to mosey on over to Theo real quick before they go.
Is he in the bathroom?
Theo, where are you?
Theo basically went to the restroom, kind of like if there's a mirror, fixed his pump, and then kind of lingered outside the bathroom
okay.
in case anyone needs to talk to him.
Okay. Are you looking at us, Theo?
Yeah, he's kind of like, he'll look at the wall and the decorations. Everything's very interesting for a moment, kind of give you guys occasional looks back and forth.
Yeah, she'll just throw you a look, and then she'll turn and I assume and leave with the leave with Alvin and Apex.
All right. To keep up appearances, after they leave, Theo will go back towards the family members at the bar and say, "Hey, I'm gonna be here likely tomorrow night. Hopefully I'll catch you fellas then. Maybe we can talk more business then."
Oh, but where are you going? The drinks just started.
Oh yeah, but you know, shouldn't be quiet drinking as much while on duty. You understand?
Oh, you don't want to party with us, huh?
Oh no, I do. I just want to make sure I got and he kind of like pushes his nose, more powder for the occasion.
Make a charm roll.
All right.
Does cocaine still
Means
exist?
drugs.
10.
He looks back at the whole other bottle of whiskey that you bought for them, and you're like, well, yeah, all right. I'll come looking for you, though.
Sounds good. I hope you do. Anyways, you fellas have a good night.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna be a good night.
He'll kind of raise a shot glass to them and then leave the bar shortly after.
And having successfully assuaged them with alcohol and words, they turn and ignore you.
Theo kind of laments the loss of Caps, but head out to meet the group.
All right, and you head out of the saloon.
Apex is kind of like, as you approach the group, you see Apex kind of sulking, just kind of like muttering to himself, "Cover wasn't that bad."
Well, to be fair, Apex, it's hard to get good cover these days, and we've been here once. It's tempting fate, you know? Fuck. Man, she's vindictive. Either that or she's just keeping up appearances. Either way. Whew.
Well, she was out of a job because of us.
Why take it all out on me? Oh, well.
Because we're the people who went ahead and put her out of said job.
I assume that means you were able to make contact?
Shows him gingerly, sort of lets him see my palm. Yeah, I think we got a little bit of an in. So I also think maybe in this case we should go and find somewhere to keep a low profile.
Yeah, I've never been one for subterfuge myself.
What building are we supposed to go to?
Oh, that's a damn good question. The friendlies are held up at the Pond Hotel, but I don't want to lead any trouble back to them.
I point at Louise's message, which indicates a room number. Does it indicate a building?
Right. It just says the room, doesn't it? There's 2 hotels. Which would be the Ritzier Hotel.
Didn't we know that she stays at the pond side, or am I?
Yeah.
Oh, there
That's
you go.
what I figured.
Then
Maybe
we'll
we
head
should-
there.
Let's see if we can get a room at the pond side too to hide in for a while.
All right. I'll make sure nothing's following us.
Alrighty. You step out of the train wreck saloon.
With all of our train wreck rolls.
Yeah.
Wow, it's called Trainwreck for a reason. Holy shit.
No fucking
God.
fooling, apparently.
Everything hurts.
I thought the Bad Rolls Casino was bad.
You don't want to talk. You're the one who's getting like, you just got 2 10s.
He doesn't fully have the runaway curse yet. Ward it off. I heard Sage is important with that.
What is with the Saturday rolls? Jesus.
I don't know, this is my
It's the
first
curse.
time having bad rolls. It's weird. I don't like it.
Oh no, it's happened to you too. It'll
Well,
happen to you.
you step out onto the streets once more.
Well, where do we want to hold up, or do we want to try and make contact as soon as possible?
On our way, Apex would suggest on our way to the pond side, we just kind of like walk down the main thoroughfare again, get another glimpse at what kind of security we're dealing with around these buildings before we make our way to the pond side.
Kind of surveying the situation.
Pretty much. Just want to see how well guarded these places are on the outside at the very least.
Yeah, Connor, there's like rooftop snipers and stuff, right?
Yes, you did notice those last session. There do appear to be people that are on the roofs with sniper rifles, just sort of scanning crowds and stuff.
Now, are they full on like military sniper rifles, or are they just hunting rifles with scopes?
Make a wits roll with they're pretty far away, so I'd say like -1 on the wits.
7.
They do look to be how would I describe this even? They don't look like any hunting rifle that you've seen.
Gotcha. But they don't look like the kind of like things I would have seen people at a Brotherhood camp lugging around.
It's hard to tell.
Okay.
But from what you've deduced, it does not seem like they're just using your standard hunting rifles.
Yeah, it's not consumer grade.
Again, it's night and they're up on roofs, so it's hard to be able to tell, honestly.
Okay. I'll drop it. For now. Then yeah, just take one more glance at what their nighttime security looks like, and then head to the pond side.
Yeah, as you look around, especially around the building with the gold tower attached to it, you can tell that there is quite a bit more security. Specifically family members that appear to be surrounding the gold tower. The standard Westport guards in their sort of like brownish BDUs with their combat armor. They've got like a little white circle with a red W sort of as patches on their armor. They're more out and about in the streets and towns and stuff.
Would you say security looks tighter at night, or a little looser? Or about the same?
You probably could guess like rather you probably could guess that it is a bit tighter at night. Seeming as how the nightlife seems to be the attraction here. But yes, there is the security does seem to be a bit tighter at night.
Apex notes that down, and we head to the pond side.
Okay. You head to the Pondside Hotel. Oh my goodness.
To decide whether we.
Someone knocks on the door.
Someone was closing their truck outside, sorry.
Yeah, I see.
Like, yes, that is the sound of going to pondside. Ambience.
Mm.
The hotel itself, is it like, is there a fire escape on the outside, or is it just like go in through the front door and any access you find will be there?
Are you entering in from the front, or are you sort of maneuvering around to the back?
I mean, if we can get to the 9th floor without going through the lobby, I'd be happy. But like, the fewer eyes on us, the better. Is after being critiqued on his that basically his cover is pointless, nearly. He's thinking like fewer eyes, the better.
Yeah, let me try to find something for you. Let me see if this place does in fact have a fire exit.
As he just continues to kind of like grumble under his breath, the rest of you around and be like, worked really hard to make sure we look good. And just muttering.
Racka fracka.
Come on, Apex. Sometimes our pride always takes a hit.
The point of a secret identity if you can't use it.
It's working fine. Just, some people a little more eagle-eyed. Don't worry about it.
Alvin getting changed into his other outfit. Sometimes, you have ups and downs. Sometimes you have downstrokes. That's what we're at. We're at downstrokes. Also, we're not really playing on the home field right now, so we're gonna have a bunch of time with that.
From what you can tell, there does appear to be a back entrance. Yeah, that would probably be what you were looking for if you're trying to avoid eyes.
I test the back entrance.
Yeah, seeing as how the technological upkeep has not really been the same since the war, the door is not locked.
The war. Any immediate security or staff or anything on the inside? What are we looking at when we open that up? Is it a
Not really.
Does it just open up to like a fire escape staircase or?
Yeah, you walk in and you immediately see like a staircase, a path moving out, assuming into the facilities that are on this floor, and then a staircase moving up into what you can assume to be the actual rooms in this hotel.
I look and I point at the stairs. 9th floor, I guess.
You also do see an elevator.
For humor's sake, I'm going to poke the elevator. I mean, it worked in the science center.
And in the hospital.
In the hospital.
Yeah.
You click the button. You wait for a minute. You see the light above it light up. And a number appears on it. 5. It begins to, as you wait, tick down. 4, 3, 2, boo, and the doors slide open, and a
hell, I didn't think it was going to work.
Dimly lit elevator opens up to you.
Come on in, y'all. Probably fine.
All right.
Nice work.
Fashion follows.
Oh, nice work. I just hit a button. I didn't think it was going to do nothing. That's good, because it means that people are going to go ahead and upkeep this place.
Well, I can't have bad luck all the time, right?
Damn right.
We not had to work an elevator before? Glances around.
Yeah, I should be able to.
Yeah, of course. Just hit that little button right there. Probably has a 9 on it. I'm guessing.
We pressed number 9.
You hit the button that reads number 9, and the doors close. The elevator lurches slightly, and then you begin to feel the push of gravity on you as you begin to ascend.
I am ascended.
All right, game face is on, y'all.
Eventually, the number ticks to 7, 8, 9th floor. Boo, boo. The doors slide open for you once more.
We step out into the hallway.
You step out into the hallway.
Bastion asked Louise what number it was we're heading to again.
Looks at hand again.
It says 099.
099?
Yes.
I step back in the elevator.
Wait, is that the ground floor?
Are we going by British building rules here?
Yeah.
Okay, is there a 0 on the numbers?
There's a ground floor.
Let's push that.
Oh my god.
You get back in the elevator.
Can't have bad luck all the time, but you can't have it
This
most
is-
of the time.
This is not going in the eventual animated series.
You kidding
Skip
me? Of
this
a-
part.
What are you
of
talking
any
about?
part this is going in
What
there.
you said that you said 9.
don't-
You
you don't-
said 9, so you hit the button for 9 to get to it. That's not how that works, is
You
it?
don't like pointless elevator rides? I'm sorry. I thought we were having fun today.
You're just
I like
You're just experiencing the miracle of modern technology in the post-apocalypse. Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just like to ride
Alright.
the elevator.
Yeah, I like the idea this is just the first time we've been in an elevator in a while, so we just wanted to go up and down.
To be fair, you wouldn't know.
Just looks over at Theo. I swear to God, we're better at this. I swear to God.
Oh God, poor Theo should
Bastion has
be
a
like,
small.
what have I-
Bastion has a smaller grin on his face. That was fun. It was to take his mind off of his failures.
Bastion, did
It's-
you actually
that's our
forget the
kid-
room
that's our
number, or
kid.
did you just want to ride the elevator?
That's our canon reason. That's my canon reason. I wanted to feel better.
There you go.
Oh, Bastion did it on purpose.
It's the post-apocalypse. You don't ride elevators every day. You wouldn't know.
It's like a carnival.
Hey, is there any music playing when we're going up and down?
Do, 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 do,
Anybody ever heard the news?
He's just hacking and whacking 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 and whacking.
Oh, Pete had a long, sharp
Drop that
dick.
Ah.
It's the only song that can play in elevators.
You go to the first floor.
No, no, the
go
ground
back.
floor.
This is
Back to the
America.
ground
It's the
floor.
first floor.
Yeah.
But we have to not go to the, because that'll be 1010. That'll be 199, not
I mean,
099.
It's an American hotel.
Yeah, we didn't fight we didn't fight in the battles of Gettysburg to have it be called 199. It's 099. Hit the button.
Fine. Ground floor, first floor.
0th floor.
You solve the puzzle and you head to
Dude, that's what it felt like.
you head
That's what it
to
feels like.
the elevator boo, boo, slides open for you, and it just so happens that since you're at the back of the building at this point, I'll go ahead and move your token to make it a bit more obvious where you are.
There we go.
You come out and you see rooms that are in the 90s immediately as you step out of the elevator.
There we go.
Therefore, 99 should be like one of the first ones.
Mm-hmm. You step
Unless
out
we
and
Unless we solve the Rad Sphinx's riddle.
Aha. go to that door. And we knock?
You knock on the door of room 099.
Hopefully
You
we
hear
gave her
an-
enough time.
You hear an icy feminine voice say, "Come in."
That's what the elevator ride was for, was to buy time.
I open the door and step in.
I'll step on in.
Yep.
You step into the room. In it, you see the woman you saw at the Trainwreck Saloon. Having taken off her hat and sunglasses, staring at the group of you with the iciest blue eyes you could ever imagine. She could probably look at a glass and chill it. She lets a grin cross her face, adorned with black lipstick. Leaning against the wall is that same man that you saw with her. And she says, "Well, I understand I have you to thank for this mess. These hotel rooms weren't exactly meant to be meeting spaces, but make yourself comfortable if you like. We have a lot to discuss." And that's where we're going to take our break.
Hooray! I'll be right back.
Oh no,
I will
blue-eyed goth
go-
mommy.
Bathroom times.
I'm gonna sit here and pet my cat.
Kate.
How we doing, chat?
Cat, chat, drop that fish.
What is this? Nope. Probably not that one.
Oh, why not? It's perfect.
Eto. I know. I'm gonna grab a little bottle of water.
All right, go get your water, buddy.
I think I will.
All right, then do it.
Okay.
Okay, go get your water.
Okay.
Okay, go do it.
I miss playing Dredge.
Alright, I'm back. Could not find a sheep to slaughter, so we'll just have to make do.
You what?
Oh,
Trying
yeah.
to find something to sacrifice to get better rolls.
Hey, we're just getting out the bad stuff, hopefully.
It's just an algorithm. Whenever you roll a number, a robot's just going to pick whatever variable it wants based on something. There's nothing you can argue. Ain't nothing you can sacrifice. Ain't no rosemary you can keep in your boot sneakers or anything like that.
Got it. I'm gonna sacrifice the CRT. Hopefully
Stop sacrificing things! And don't sacrifice CRTs. Those are a collector's item. You can
It's a
go
dying
donate those to a
breed.
museum. Why did SiriusXM send me mail today? I didn't even think that was a service.
That's
that was
still a
still around.
thing?
Yeah, that's
Oh
what
my
I said.
God.
I just got a letter from it. I was gonna check it before I started, but I checked my mailbox.
Come
when
on,
it
there
started
must be
anyway.
some. Come on, there must be some right-wing podcast you're interested in.
They have
Nope.
some good rock.
Nope.
They have some good music channels.
Oh yeah, God, I remember Dad did used to have them. I mean,
And
that
they have stand-up comedy,
Comedy?
channels, which I used to
Oh.
like. Yeah.
That's
Like,
what I listened
was
to. I listened to so much fucking stand-up when I was like in middle and high school.
Me
yeah,
too.
isn't there?
Oh,
Isn't
golly.
Comedy Channel just like them taking audio from stand-up routines and
Yeah.
sticking it on their service?
Yeah,
Pretty
It's
much.
just taking bits and pieces of stand-up albums.
Oh. Oh, that makes sense. So apparently
XM
Sirius
comedy, Laugh, FM, and something else.
SiriusXM is tied to my car, and this came from my dealership to tell me about it. All right, that makes sense.
Last time I had it was when I got my car. It came with a free trial.
I just use Knox cable and plug it into my phone, and then I just blare Spotify. So I found a lot of good artists, like Rav. That's pretty good.
Nope.
Or Suggs. Suggs is pretty good too.
No.
Or Josiah. Yeah, sound like Haramja there. There we go.
Huh.
Something on your mind there, Sport?
Yeah.
Okay, what's on your mind then?
He's looking for the right music.
I am.
Oh, I see.
What's this one? No. No.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
No.
Meow.
Fast.
Meow. Fast.
I'm looking for the right song for this moment.
Pause for ambience.
Mm-hmm.
How hot is it? Oh no, you're not in Illinois currently. Never mind. I was gonna ask you, Sarah.
I mean, I can look at it.
It's like 100. I mean, right now it's probably like mid 80s.
It's like 106 for me in LA.
It is 8
Right
o'clock
now?
at night in LA, and it is still 90 degrees.
Yep.
Yuck.
Christ.
I mean, it's not much different here, but
It's a dry heat.
It's still heat, though, and
Yeah, it still sucks ass.
I
Key
mean-
word there. Still heat. Still hot.
I will say
mean,
in
it would
Texas,
be
it's usually a moist
horrendously-
heat.
it would generally be. It wouldn't be. Yeah, it would be a lot more horrendous if there was humidity attached to that. So, but it's still hot.
I think I would just become soup if it was 100 and humidity.
There you go. I think this one will work.
Soup.
Alrighty. I'm at soup.
Why are you
No.
in soap?
Why are you buying clothes at the soup store?
Fuck you!
Fuck you!
Probably one of the greatest pieces of comedy ever written.
A modern classic.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a
Yeah.
like vintage style joke, but told in the completely
Children-
modern
the
way.
children just don't understand.
But children could never.
The children yearn for the soup.
It's a modern day Who's on First.
A bit, yeah.
Ooh.
Alrighty. We ready to get back into it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let us proceed.
I chat.
Ooh, intimidating.
We come back in and you are standing in sort of the entryway to this not small, but definitely not meant for this many people hotel room. You see this woman in the tight black dress sitting in a chair in the corner of this room. The bodyguard leaning against the opposite wall, eyeing you in a sort of almost tense, nervous sort of gaze, sort of gripping his upper arm as you all walk in. Close the door.
Theo will be the last one in and close the door, kind of keeping nearish the door just in case we need some added security.
The door behind you all. Feel free to make yourself comfortable.
I find the comfiest chair and I sit in it.
The only chair that appears to be in this room is the one that she's sitting in. You do see a rather large bed in the room, though.
Then I will sit on that.
You lift her legs up and you go to sit on the bed. As you do, you hear and feel a distinct click.
Emanating from beneath me?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd sit tight if I were you. These old beds are well maintained, but they don't hold up like they used to. If you make any sudden moves or try to get up, the 10 or so claymores beneath the mattress will go off and you'll be painting the ceiling.
Apex
Louise
ponders
just,
for a moment. How big is this room?
Like I said, it's not small, but it's not meant for this many people.
It's also not meant for 10 claymores.
Is anything meant for 10 claymores? Hi, Vsauce. Michael here.
You'll have to understand, this is a safety measure. After all, I heard what you did to the last person you were alone in a small room with.
Bastion remains tight-lipped.
Alvin sighs lightly. He's leaned up against the wall with his arms crossed. His dredge outfit is just, the sleeves just wrapped around his chest, and he just has the welding mask lifted up.
Louise actually looks perplexed. Unattaching him to the bed, kind of situational. Never mind.
Nah, that's par for the course, I think. It's a wily trick. I've seen it before. Well, something like it.
You'd be surprised. You say something like, make yourself comfortable or have a seat, and people will just do it. Well.
Oh, I'm aware.
Before we begin, I'd like to make a few things clear. I hope you understand. This is all precautionary. You all have a bit of a reputation that precedes you. Except for you. And she looks at you, Theo. I've never seen you before.
Name's Theo. Pleasure to meet you.
Delilah. Delilah Woods.
Look, I'm just here to help protection and such.
I see. What happened to the other one, the woman robot?
Moved on.
She has other business.
Pretty much.
I see. Well, she reaches into sort of a bag on her lap. As she does so, the man leaning against the wall reaches behind him and pulls something out of his pocket as well. Appears to be some sort of rod with a button attached to the top of it. Just as you are registering the sight of these two things, both of them press the button simultaneously.
What's all that then?
Like I said, just a precaution. If you leave before I let you, your friend dies. If you draw weapons, your friend dies. If you somehow manage to plug both of us, the dead man switch goes off, as does every caller in this town.
You'd be willing to go ahead and just hold everybody with a collar accountable?
Now I see why you fear me.
Happens to Betsy.
Jesus Christ. Louise doesn't even look like worried. She's just like, fucking really? God.
Well, I'll tell you, at the end of the day, I really don't want my buddy to be turned into, let's call it organic paint. So let's talk. Have a little bit of a powwow.
Very well. Before you all came along, Westport was doing fine. We had rules. Servants had protections. They weren't exactly free, as you would be able to call it, but life here was stable. People here had food, clean water, shelter, caps. Hell, some even bought their own freedom. All we had to do was keep the Dawn happy, and things moved like clockwork here. I suppose Toby never really understood that. From what I gather, you want to help get this town out from underneath the thumb of its new mayor. I can help you.
Piece of work.
Oh, yes. I've always hated Deuce. He's the one who ran the auctions here. A, sort of a caveat, I guess you could say, when we made our agreement with the family.
Well, if you want an aggressor, he's sitting on your bed right now. If I remember right, he dislocated his collarbone. Did you break it, Apex? I can't remember.
I broke one of his ribs and broke his collarbone.
Hell yeah.
I'll look back over to Delilah and then just raise my eyebrows like a see?
You understand my precautions, then?
Oh, I do. Trust me. I've been most of my late teens and adult life dealing with precautions like this, ma'am. My question is, what's going to take to get Deuce out?
Well,
And what do you have to help us?
as it just so happens, I have a way. But I need you all on board to make it work. I'm sure you could run in guns blazing, kill half of the remaining family, kill half of my guards. Well, I guess not mine anymore. But I have a way to get this done cleanly and quietly with minimal bloodshed.
Look, despite our reputation, we do kind of like that particular route, so...
And are you all amenable to this?
I'm listening.
Apex continues to stare forward.
You kind of got a captive audience here, don't you think?
Theo has a gist of it.
Oh, you can refuse. I'm not going to blow you up just for blowing me off.
That's
Well,
certainly a relief.
Well, you haven't taken the tinsel off of the Christmas tree yet, so why don't you go ahead and tell me what your bloodless or minimal bloodshed idea is? I'm listening.
She grins at your sort of visual you've painted for that. I need the 6 of you to get Deuce to say something stupid. Sorry, the 5 of
Alright.
you.
The 4 of us.
Phil rattles.
She
What do you know about Phil? What do you know about Phil?
As she says that,
Phil's like,
I'd laugh and think about like maybe the Apex is a different person to her.
as she
Faith
says
Phil's
that,
just like, I'm just happy to be included.
as she says that, she looks over to the bodyguard leaning against the wall of the room. No, I mean the 5 of you.
I don't think we had the pleasure of getting to meet your friend there. He got a name?
Oh, he has many.
Does he have one we can use?
If that's
Well-
not cryptic or anything.
What do you think, Simon? She looks over with a grin. Okay. And he sort of like waggles the detonator in his hand. Just so you know. He
Apex still isn't moving.
takes his free hand and he musses up his hair. He reaches up sort of underneath the behind of his ear, and you hear a as some sort of organic glue comes loose, and he literally pulls the lower half of his face off, revealing
style.
revealing a much slimmer face underneath with sort of a scraggly beard. He reaches up and he hooks his fingers underneath his sleeves, and these tattooed sort of muscular arms just come right off, revealing sort of a more lively muscled physique underneath, as
I
these
saw a
sort of
cartoon like this.
bits of false flesh fall to the floor. He reaches up and he sort of peels the sort of blackened part of his sunglasses off, revealing a normal pair of glasses.
Okay, any anger
That was
that
gonna be
Apex
another
had
pair of
any
glasses.
anger that Apex had on his face has turned to bewilderment and somewhat amazement that this level of costuming still exists.
Have I ever seen anything like that before?
Have you ever seen anything like that before?
I mean, I've been
Probably-
around.
Probably not.
What
I mean,
in
is
the
this
hell?
guy familiar to any of us?
You see him, Louise, and your heart stops. He looks up at
Oh
you.
my-
It's been a long time.
Louise's hearing goes
Oh
out.
my god, that scene at the bar.
Louise's
Uh,
hearing like
oh, wait a
cuts
minute.
out. Like she suddenly hears nothing but like ocean waves, sort of. And she's just frozen. Are you?
Hang on, I've got a technical issue here.
Oh my god,
When
Barry
you-
got art. Ah!
Yeah, but they can't see it. Hang on.
Oh no. I was gonna say, as soon as you say the word Barry, Apex's eyes just kind of widen, like, oh shit. Oh man, what I suggested at the bar. Oh no.
Did it go? There it is. As you see
Oh no!
Louise, the man who left you for dead in that vault. The man who killed Phil. That's Barry.
She's just staring. Like her brain is like flatlined completely for this moment.
Star shine.
You don't even think she's breathing at the moment. She is so stock still.
Hey. I'll press off the wall with my elbows and put my hand on her shoulders. Hey. Starshine. Louise.
Louise will, it's rougher than she intends it to be. She shoves you away and she stalks up to Barry.
He waggles the detonator. Stay right where you are.
Take it y'all have a history?
You son of a bitch. You owe me at least one goddamn punch to your fucking face.
Well, listen to what the lady has to say, and maybe we can talk something out.
Wait a minute, you're...
Louise
I know.
releases a very shaky... Yeah, sorry. Louise releases a very shaky breath and turns to the rest of the group. Barry, meet my buds. Buds, Barry. She will go and sort of... She will just go stand somewhere in the room and sort of fold her arms.
Hey, buds. Yeah, me and Louise got a bit of a...
Lady, you better get back to the topic at hand, or I may just say fuck it and let us all fucking blow up just to get a piece of him right now.
Well...
Holy fucking... Yeah. Please, ma'am. Please. The look that Alvin shoots Barry is that red hand look.
He in a gesture of supreme arrogance, just sort of closes his eyes, shakes his head a little, and like looks at you with a look of, okay.
Oh, you don't get to shake your head at me, son.
I think I do.
I used to be a goddamn wraith around these parts.
Oh, I mean, I've heard of you. I've heard of all of you. I mean, you don't need to convince me of anything.
Barry.
I know you could rip my head
Barry.
off with your bare hands. I know you could punch a hole right through me, probably.
I punched the wall. Barry, shut the fuck up and let the lady talk right fucking now. I ain't got time for this shit. We got things on the table. We got a powder keg that's lit, and she has the information. So why don't you shut the fuck up, Barry? Right now!
Delilah looks over at Barry and says, Barry. He just holds a hand up and makes a zip motion over his mouth. Leans back against the wall.
Now, ma'am, if you got any way to go ahead and add more wick to this fuse here, what's going on? You want Deuce to say something stupid. In my head, that registers some kind of a smear you're going to go ahead and do against him. Make him look like an idiot, right?
Well, a smear would imply that he isn't wholly deserving of what is coming to him. Deuce is a petty, cowardly, selfish, idiotic man. who has too much power in front of him at the moment. It's why the Dawn didn't trust him, it's why I don't trust him, and it's why I need him out of my seat. The people of this town are... well, they're not savages, but they are impressionable. You see, when Deuce showed up to this town, acting as something like a savior, trying to fend off Big O and his entourage, it was the perfect storm for him. He had every little bit of that planned out to try and sway the public opinion in his favor, that there was chaos in my reign and that I needed to be ousted. And, well, he succeeded. The thing is, he may be everything I've just said, but he is also such an egotist. Barry here happens to have an in with the family, with the old family, that is. One of his many aliases throughout the wasteland as a whole.
Oh, I bet he does.
All right, well, where do we come in?
Regardless of your feelings or your past, Barry has a way to get you all to the top floor, to the 66 lounge. That's where he'll be holed up. I'm sure you're aware that the standard kit for the family includes a radio.
I
Apex
do.
nods.
I need you all to get Barry up to a meeting with Deuce safely, and he can transmit a conversation over the radio throughout the speakers in Westport. Get a few drinks in him and he's bound to say something foolish, something to turn the public eye against him. They'll be calling for his head. After which, you can do whatever you want with him. The town will need a new mayor, and, well, that will be me. People always go back to what they know.
What if they can't go back to what they know? What if what they want to go back to is all smoldered? What then?
I'm not sure I follow.
It's nothing. It's nothing.
Well,
Fine, then.
regardless.
So we got to go ahead and get Barry up to a meeting, is that right?
That is correct. He happens to have one of those radios on him. He's quite resourceful, it turns out.
I bet. I flick my eyes toward Barry, and you got everything on you right now?
Barry shakes his head. He needs some time to prepare.
I'll flick my eyes back towards Delilah. When's this meeting up at?
He'll probably need a day to set everything up.
Do you have appropriate attire for us to go ahead and act as his entourage to get him to this particular event? Or are we assisting from the shadows in some way?
Delilah turns over to Barry. Do you? And he puts his hand back over his mouth and goes, as a matter of fact, I do. I've got disguises stashed that will probably fit the rest of you. You'll look the part of a member of the family and not that other splinter group. I think they're called Liberato.
Real quick, hold on, man. If this Barry here can get up there all by and lonesome, what you need us for?
Well, you've messed with the radio before.
I see.
So you need my mechanical expertise.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ain't this fun? Louise sort of slaps her knees and is like, so, timeline is tomorrow then, isn't it? Great. Just like old times. She's got a very funny look on her face.
Just hope it doesn't end like the last one.
Oh, yeah. That was a bit of a bitch. Well, you would know though, wouldn't you?
He shrugs.
Anyone you walk away from, right?
I just do what I gotta.
Yeah, you do. I figured that out finally. Actually, she scratches her head a little harder than she should. Quick question, just before we all turns to Delilah. What exactly are we doing actually while he's doing his little setup? You got a room or something for us to hole up in? What?
I could have it arranged to have you stay in one of the rooms in this hotel.
Thank you. Much appreciated. You are a classy lady. Does a little finger click. Just
I
wondering,
may not be
actually,
mayor
though-
any.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I may not be mayor anymore, but I do still hold some sway. As it turns out, some of the servants like me here.
But not all, I suppose. But hey, that's a different story for a different day. Just wondering, Barry. I was thinking about, old times and whatnot. I always wondered, back in that last little excursion, why did you send me ahead?
Why else? Someone needed to check for danger. I asked you to do it, you did it.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're smart, Barry. You're so goddamn fucking smart. I mean, we always knew that about the pair between of us, I was sort of the one acting on instincts and you were the brains. You knew I was a better shot. Why would you send me away when I could come back and then fire off better shots? I mean, sucks that I didn't get that shot off, mind you, but suddenly looks very serious. Why did you not send Phil ahead instead of me? You could have incapacitated me and taken off the risk of me getting any kind of shots off your fucking ass.
Well, Louise, I've been doing this a long time. When you do this kind of thing, you meet this many people, you tend to sort of build a profile on people around you. And more often than not, you find somebody that's willing to shoot you in the back of the head to get what you want. I wanted the back of both of your heads to be in front of me. There's no malice or anything behind it. It's just the way it's got to be. I want to live.
Oh. Just smiles lightly. Yeah, no, that That tracks. That tracks. Does a little swing of her foot and turns to Delilah. So, about that room?
I can have something arranged for you.
How are you going to disarm the 10 claymores under Apex right now?
All I need to do is hit this just right, and those won't go off.
So, can we maybe do that, or do we have more to discuss? Because...
Well, we're going to need some assurances that your wild man there won't just pop up and rush us the minute he's off the bed.
He's looking like he's thinking about it.
Well,
Apex.
He's had a long day of being humbled. He doesn't like it.
Apex, buddy, I think it'd be best if you don't go ahead and let the Brahmin out of the pen right now. You follow me, buddy?
He stares icily, but nods.
I've got an idea that might work for everyone to all parties present. Why don't I sit here sit there where Apex is at? My friends can leave, and then once they're out the door, I can leave. I got no quarrel with you, Mr. Lion.
I say coldly, that won't be necessary. If Louise agrees to this, then so do I.
Oh, me? I'm fine. I mean, thing about Apex here, she says to Delilah, he's less likely to do the thing you're worried about if you don't point weapons at him.
She holds her hands up. I'm unarmed.
Yep, but the bed, the thing... Fucking Christ.
Nah, that's fine. If she's just got to hit that one thing in particular, go ahead and just disarm all of it so Apex can stand up and we can all get to her room. I think that would be amicable. Which I am completely amicable. I'll flick over between Delilah and Barry. Are both of you all amicable? Because Apex is ready to play ball and go ahead and leave nice and real nice like. Ain't that right, Apex?
I nod.
So, we all got a ball game?
I think so.
Fair enough.
Oh, and I think it goes without saying, I know you hate me, but if you want to do this, you need me.
Barry, buddy. Just like old times. Like I said. Anybody want to roll to read her fucking expression right now?
Well,
I
am more than happy to. I'll just
Apex is busy staring coldly at the mayor.
roll the old 12. That's an 8.
It's a wits.
Yeah,
That's what I'm doing.
10.
I mean, Alvin, you're very familiar with Louise now. You know her smiles, you know the crazy smile, you know the genuine smiles. And this is a very weird smile. You've seen her maybe do this once before, and this was back in that big fight at the arena. Theo?
Yeah?
You probably would find her expression... You've never seen this. You don't know Louise that well. But you would get this very crawling sense of dread. There is something very wrong here.
Got it.
Sounds like it's copacetic then, Barry. Ain't gonna lay a hand on you right now. We got a job to do. Ain't that right?
Yep.
And we're all in agreement. Delilah, the air here is so thick you could cut it, fry it up, and serve it. Please go ahead and release my friend from his bed.
Barry, you see him sort of do an odd thing with his hands. His hand stretches in a way that almost seems painful as he pushes several buttons on his detonator simultaneously. Apex, you feel a
I stand
underneath
up
you.
immediately.
You stand up and nothing happens. He he takes his hand off of the detonator in that strange way. He still holds it, however.
I stare into the former mayor's eyes coldly. Kind of like matching her tone this entire time. And then I walk out wordlessly.
So, how fast will it take to get us a room, or where can we go now exactly?
Go to the front desk. I'll tell them you're with me. They'll take it
Sweet.
from there. And just in case you decide to come back and maybe exercise some, I'm not sure what you would call it, feelings on either myself or Barry, we're not staying here.
God, so fucking boring, all of you. Front desk people, let's go. Heads out the door after Apex. As she passes Barry, she's just like, "See you later, buddy."
Yep.
I'll be the last to leave. Put a hand on the door frame. Look back at Barry. What name you know me as?
Well, I hear your bandit friends called you Red something? Red Hand, maybe?
That's right. I'm trying.
Here you go by Alvin now.
That's right. Trying to be a better person than I was, Barry. You understand what I mean when I say that?
What has that gotten you?
Interesting stories. Another mountain to climb. Just one more hill up Appalachia. I slap the wall and I just keep walking. Have a good night, Barry.
Good night.
Big one tomorrow.
You hear from behind the door as you close the door behind you. He dented the fucking wall.
Fuck your wall.
I put my hands in the pockets of my sleeves too as I walk down the hallway towards the front desk.
As you all begin to congregate in the main foyer of this hotel, there's a woman at the front desk who's sort of wearing a nice, almost like a summer dress. She looks surprised as she sees you all coming in. Oh, usually people use the front door. Hello.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Kind of leans an elbow on the desk. Delilah said that you could help us with getting a room?
Oh,
We're with her.
yes. Yes, Miss Delilah. Yes, will you be needing multiple? Or...
Oh, gosh, I think one for... we're going to take in nightlife and stuff, maybe. We only need the one.
2 beds, though. We're all fighting.
all right. Let me...
Bastion holds up his hand. She said she'd be fine covering 2 rooms.
Oh, all right. I'll give you rooms right next to each other, then.
He's taking whatever petty revenge he can get right now. Even if it's just
I can get
costing
down with
her an
this
extra
logic.
couple of...
We have rooms currently on the 4th floor that are right next to each other. She hands you 2 sets of keys.
Bastion
Uh,
takes one and immediately starts heading back to the elevator. He wants to at least have
Louise
some fun
immediately
today.
follows. Louise immediately follows. Actually, Louise will take the other and follow.
Have a nice day.
You as well, ma'am.
Well, yes, thank you.
How can I gauge that response?
Make a wits roll.
Fuck it, I'm too pissed.
Yeah, you're thinking about other things. And so you go back to the elevator.
I do. All right, I should find out what these are marked as. Apex, what you got for your key?
Apex, you
Look
look
at the number
down.
on the key.
You look down and you see 404.
404.
All right. Room not found. And
you open the
Louise
door,
will,
it's just
lean
white
forward.
void.
Yes, that is
Louise
what I
will
wish
kind
to
of-
crawl into right now.
There's
Louise
just
will
Phil
hear
standing
that.
there going, "Come on in."
It's like, oh God, I've been waiting for company for ages. No, Louise, when she hears Apex say that, will just kind of lean forward and punch the 4th floor button. Was that floor reached or what?
Yeah, you slowly begin to ascend to the 4th floor.
Actually, the 4s were on
Imagine it's just a
level 5.
painfully awkward and quiet elevator ride up.
Yeah, again,
Oh,
it's just,
I
hey
hope-
there, buddy, have you heard the news?
You know, the super awkward elevator music.
Keeps whacking and whacking and smacking.
and whacking.
That's the elevator music. The awkward standing around elevator music. Everybody is processing their own thoughts right now. There's a lot of emotion happening.
Eventually, the elevator ticks, boo boo, and you open up to the 4th floor.
Louise glances down at her key and sort of already just heads out the elevator into the direction of it.
Yeah, the key you picked up says 405.
And when she reaches it, she just immediately opens it up and she turns to the other 3 and she's like, hey, do you boys mind just having a little powwow to yourself in the other room for a minute? I'm just gonna... She doesn't finish that sentence. She just closes the door. She doesn't lock the door behind her, but she immediately just goes in and closes it behind her.
Bastion nods, opens his door, and holds his arm out for the other 2 gentlemen.
You think it's cool to go ahead and leave her in there?
She probably has a lot to process.
I'm gonna sit outside and go ahead and just sit right outside her door. Give her an hour till the sound start leaving, and poke my head on in and see what she needs.
You sure? I feel like we have a lot to discuss right now.
Yeah, you're right, Apex. All right, come on. I'm gonna check on her later, though. That's a promise.
Of course.
All right.
I could give you a little roll for flavor if you want, Rabbit.
Oh boy. I love gambling.
Let's go gambling.
Okay,
Nope.
What the fuck?
No, I was gonna...
Okay.
I was gonna give you... No, I was gonna say roll
Devastating.
Wits. I think Wits is the one I choose.
Well, yeah, it's 2 1s.
You don't have any plus to your Wits?
Hell no.
Okay.
I don't
Go ahead
have
and-
I don't have battle instinct. I have knowing, punching people in half, and having a rakish country smile. Those are my 3 pluses.
But you got that down earth Appalachian wisdom.
Yeah, that's what this 3 smarts is for.
Go on in the other room.
I can follow CDL protocols. I can't. All right, I follow Apex.
Theo will do the same.
As the boys file into their room, Louise alone in hers.
Oh, you're going to me? Or are you going to them?
I'll do this.
I would say go ahead to them because for Rabbit's roll, I would say go ahead to them.
Fair enough.
So, not to
Yeah.
pry or nothing, but things got obviously rather heated back there. So, would you rather have this conversation in private, or am I privy to specifics?
I mean, what gave it away, Theo? Was it the king-size bed that was full of claymores, or was it Barry being in arm's length? And that's the fella that completely fucked up Louise's life, who I also promised I would go ahead and put in the dirt. She gets first hit.
Apologies. I'm more of a farm folk than city folk. This is all pretty new to me. It's either soldiering or
I get
crop
it.
growing.
Mine was building. Building and refining. All kinds of metals I know about. Woo! Between you and me, we can make a goddamn fine settlement, couldn't we?
Yeah, well, it's not the settlement that needs making. It's often the people around it that need either heading off or talking to.
Either way, there's no way we can trust them.
Yeah, that's for goddamn certain. So what's our next move? I think right here we have, what's the phrase? Dobson's choice.
I think they're going to expect us to double-cross them.
So it would be smart to go ahead and play along for right now.
I think they'll also expect that, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't.
Oh,
They're right
shit.
that having this resolved bloodlessly would be for the best. Or at
Yeah.
least to keep as many innocents out of the crossfire as possible.
I looked at that bartender's eyes and I couldn't relate more with you. I just want to make this right, but Jesus Christ.
The situation's pretty complicated, that's for sure. But
Yeah. And I ain't
If you
really privy to the whole thing, but
if you don't mind me theorizing for a moment,
yeah, go for it.
Delilah must be pretty desperate if she's trusting y'all who got her deposed in the first place. If she is expecting to double cross, she might not have any other options anyways with you guys.
She clearly doesn't, but that doesn't mean that she's not dangerous.
My question is, what's Barry's motive in all this?
Power, money, getting a leg up.
Sure, but why not getting a leg up with the person who's already in power? Why Delilah?
Barry's
Ah,
at
but-
odds with Deuce.
Yep.
He appeared to be one of the hierarchs of the family.
Yeah. The splinter broke up into three people. You had Big O, you had Barry, and then you had another fella, and then you had Deuce. They all didn't have odds with each other, and they didn't all have odds with each other. Big O and whatnot, he has his own way of doing things. Barry has his own way of doing things, and Deuce has, I wave a hand at the wall, this. So maybe Barry's angle in all this is to go ahead and depose it. Instead of being three-headed, it's two-headed.
And at the end of it all, either Barry becomes the head of the family or Junior.
Neither
Either
of which
way.
seem to like all y'all.
Not particularly, though I think Junior is more open-minded. And just to be fair, Barry can't survive the week.
Fair enough about that. I'm just more worried and feel a little bit bad for Big O. I feel like I owe that guy a lot, which is the main reason why I'm here in the first place. I mean, you remember Apex? He was the guy that came out of Riverside and brought my completely drug-addled half corpse into Riverside in the first place. And a part helped make me the man I am now.
He also put himself on the line for us.
He's braver than he'll ever let on to anybody. So I owe it. I need to make sure that he's okay, his boys are okay, and all this can go ahead and keep on going. But it seems like the only thing that Delilah, Barry, and most of this faction cares about isn't what Big O is doing with the critters and whatnot. I'll take my bomb collar and put it on the table. It's about that, putting that damn thing around somebody else, putting that damn thing around some other human being's neck. Having power over him.
Well, not the case. Doesn't seem like no matter who we depose and put into power, there's going to be issues regarding slavery no matter what we do.
For now.
We could go ahead and get one about too.
Unfortunately.
You know,
there's also the bigger picture at hand.
What's that?
All of the super mutants.
Yeah.
The
all this
just rising.
And the longer we go ahead and stay here, the longer that's going to go ahead and keep stewing.
There has to be a way to settle this. That frees everybody here.
Amicably. I want that. I want that for pretty much the entire all of St. Louis, honestly. Ain't nobody need to go ahead and be beholden like this to someone else. Hell.
They make it sound like this place runs by democracy, that the people choose the leader. They chose Deuce because he represented security.
Mm-hmm.
The mayor believes that they'll choose her because she represents stability.
Yeah, but like I said earlier, she won't go. What happens when even going back to what you had is the burnt path? It's all charred and fucked up. Everybody in Riverside kept going on without having any slaves or anything like that.
They're going to need us to, well, they're going to need you to do something at the radio tower to get that broadcast.
The whole thing hinges up on me.
Where's that put the people in the holding cells?
Yeah, I wanted to go on ahead and go down there and fix that.
Luckily by then, we'll be on the inside.
So you think it should just be as simple as bing bang bosh like that? That it?
Possibly.
I'm
Alvin,
hoping.
Do you remember how the detonator blocker worked?
I do.
I pull out the signal sweeper that I have. Is there any way we can use this to do something similar?
Well, holy shit. Where'd you find this? Let me think.
I don't want to mention that it's Brotherhood technology to the Brotherhood of Steel soldier with us.
The Ixnay in front of the other hood, boy.
So I just say I have my sources.
I'll say. Signal sweeper, huh? Roll 20, I swear to God, I will run to your server. Can I run a smart roll to go ahead and figure out how I could incorporate this?
If you
Sure. So, what exactly are you trying to use this for? What purpose do you want?
basically to disable the bomb callers in the proximity of the town somehow using the radio tower and maybe the technology within this
And I'm thinking of
radio
it,
wave manipulating device.
and I'm thinking of it in the way of in a mnemonic sense. So, for example, it's a signal. This allows it to sweep the signal. Could this be allowed to go ahead and amplify or sweep the signal to a larger radius than what it originally would have? I got a big internet, and I know where to find every technical manual.
The thing is, you're looking over this piece of technology, and you feel like you could rewire it and set it up to do what you want to do, but you need programming knowledge for it to be able to do exactly what you want to do. This piece of technology is not built for the purpose you want it to be.
Oh.
So you think if you sat down with it at like a workbench or something and maybe tweaked the innards a little bit, you could probably rework it, but as it is, you don't have a workbench here.
And there ain't no place in Westport with a workbench that I could go ahead and work at that wouldn't have a gun pointed at me.
Right.
Is there a market that we might be able to find some tools? Because we do have a hotel room and an unknown amount of days for Barry to get his intel.
Or maybe like a maintenance closet.
Sorry, that
Can I
was amazing.
Can I open up the build tool from Fallout 76 and build a
Like, oh,
workbench in
you
the storage
sweet summer
closet?
children.
Hold on. Can I tilde key hashtag program? Can I just go to the dev room? Just pick up a few things.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you go to the dev room and looks like they caught on and they vac banned your account. Apex is no longer in Gateway.
Shit.
Thanks for watching.
How high of a strange roll would I have to roll to get to the dev room? Just
Oh, fuck.
You have no idea.
You'd probably have to roll a
how
natural
bad
20.
Gateway crashes.
double six.
But all we have are 2d6s.
No, you need to roll a natural 20.
Ah.
But we have 2d6s. How is that? Oh.
Exactly.
Oh, you sassy bitch.
Technically, a pair of sixes is harder to get than a nat 20.
Yeah, you have no idea how badly I want to take the Wild Wasteland perk so we could have a thing going. You find the dev room.
I mean, no one's taking it.
Look, there's Barry's.
I want it so bad. I just need one more fucking perk pick.
It's been there the whole time.
There's Barry's model, T-posing.
Oh. So fucking
Louise, you're
smart,
weird.
guys.
Take it.
I'm having a moment.
I know.
So as it stands, you feel like you would need a few days and your workbench to get this to serve your purposes the way you want it to be.
Okay, I'll see how I can word that out. This is nice. Damn nice, Apex. Although for what it is right now, what? Nah, I don't think it would work. I might be able to do it if I move maybe a chipset here and move a knob there or whatnot. But I need my workbench over there back at Riverside.
What sort of tools would you need?
Probably the ones, probably the bigger ones and the more specialist ones that I have back down Riverside. We're talking about things like spanners, solders,
Hold on.
Z-bars.
Did you say chipset? Apex, where did you get a thing like that?
We fight robots. I look over without even saying anything. Just we fight robots.
Okay.
No, for real. Like there were these big robots. They had like they had shit that looked like it came out of Apex's comic books. I bang my you know that armor I met you in? You know that weird whitish glossy ash looking one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I peeled that off of one of them sons of bitches. That's probably
Poker
where he
face
found one of them.
Apex,
That's probably where he found one of them at too.
Apex?
I look to you.
Lasers. I said Apex. He looks over to you.
Apex asks you a question. Paladin Dread, what makes you trust him? What has he done to inspire such loyalty from you?
He'll take off one of his gloves and kind of reveal a pretty substantial burn wound down the side of his hand and arm. It goes up to his neck. Literally, he pulled me out of the fire. But in truth, I've had a lot of respect for him before all that happened. When you're tilling the soil, planting seeds, growing the crop, all that, it's easy to get lost in which crop is producing the most and seems the most fertile, but you plant the same crop over and over and over again because it treated you nice, you end up damaging the soil around. Dread, he and I seem to be the only ones, at least I know of, that don't always agree with Brotherhood. Yeah, they treated us nice. Yeah, they made sure we grew up nice and strong, but sometimes you gotta plant something else. And you seem to understand that, and I think that's probably why he sent me, of all people, to try and help y'all.
Paladin Dread is my brother. I got this from him.
Well, that makes sense.
He helped us fight the robots.
Well, if you need any help with that, I'm not too bad with working tech either. But if it's more helpful now than anything else, Theo will pull out his small little data slate that he often draws on. You can, well, my brother, he worked this up so I can draw without needing a sketchbook. Made from a bunch of old Pip-Boy and other parts I'd never seen or heard of before. If you need to cannibalize any of this, I'd rather it be used to try and break free slaves, if possible, than me keep drawing various flowers and berries, I'm saying.
It seems like the best thing we can do to take one of her pieces off the board. She seems to have a method by which she could detonate the collars that are still active. If we can take that away from her, it takes away some of her leverage.
I was also noticing Barry with that too. He seemed to have a lot of skill with detonators too. He's probably really skilled at detonation if I had to go ahead and just give a glance at it.
From this point forward, we have to assume that they have eyes on us at all times.
I'm used to that.
In the
think
morning,
that's-
we'll see what we can do about gathering tools that Alvin can use to crack through this and make what adjustments he'd need. They don't know we have this. That's our advantage right now.
Hi, Apex.
I look to you.
I get the feeling you don't tell most people that you're Dread's brother.
I don't tell most people who I am.
Well, I
It's
appreciate the trust.
After what
Yeah.
you did at the bar, you've earned it.
If you're dead set on having me do some modification about that outside Riverside, then we need to go ahead and crew some kind of a workshop, and I need to have my fingers flying.
At
And
the
for
very
the love-
least, if we can't do it in time for tomorrow, we could try to figure out if there's a way to connect it or connect some sort of signal up to there to where you fixing that up can wait.
We'll do what we can to acquire the tools.
I'll write down a list of what I think might be able to go ahead and work around with that. Right now, I think I'll check on Louise if that's all same to y'all.
Bastion nods.
You see, Alvin, I think that's why we're gonna win.
What was
Like
that?
Like Apex said, all these folks are in the city. They think everything they do is some form of game. Everyone's a piece. But y'all, I get along with you more because you don't see people as parts. You see them as people. You care more about them than you care about what power is held today and what power is held tomorrow.
Good to have that kind of perspective. Everybody has a right to sit at the table. There's some people that I know damn well lost their way, but yeah, that's how my mom and pa brought me up. And after getting my marbles back, that's how I'm going to live. Excuse me, gentlemen.
If you need help, give us. If you need any help over there, give us a holler.
Hey, no trouble.
Hey, Apex.
I look at you.
Alvin said you write a comic book. You got any of those on you?
Oh.
How many of them do I have? Let's see. I keep a constant inventory of ones that I've set out and ones that I've recreated. Oh, I still have a copy of the Runaways origin, so I will hand you that one. It details our daring escape of the arena, our first conflict with the family, and how we became the Runaways.
Ah, memories.
And Theo will get to work on reading that.
Theo, you
So-
lose yourself in the comic, and Alvin, you stand up and get ready to head on over to check on Louise. But meanwhile...
Oh. Do you mind if we do the, or you got something else?
Oh, well, I was just going to go over to you.
Oh yeah, well I was gonna say
who else did we have to cut to?
I was like, oh, something else. I was gonna say, Alvin, as you start getting as you get close to the door of the other room, you hear a thud.
I'm going to kneel close to the door and then just rattle the doorknob and see if it opens.
You hear another thud. The door's open, by the way.
I'll open it and just kind of slide on through, just real fast boxing dash with my fist held up. Louise?
Louise is over by the wall, sort of sitting in one of those sprawled out sitting positions with her legs all the way in front of her. There is a red spot on the wall above her head. She's got her one of her fists balled up on her knee. It looks red and swollen to hell. And she is basically, the thudding is she's knocking the back of her head against the wall way harder than she should.
Hey, Louise. Hey! Man, you're batting things so hard. If you keep doing that, you're going to need a stim pack, you know, right?
Blinks and looks up at you. Sorry, head was a little too noisy. Needed to make it shut up for a minute. She looks like her forehead has a look that she's taken a few knocks in the front of it as well.
He'll walk over, shut the door real quick, and sit down next to her.
I hate him, Alvin.
I made a promise with you, too. I know you do.
Shakes her head. No, you don't. I want to hurt him. I want to hurt him so bad that the shit you did as a raider would be a goddamn blessing in disguise. And then I want to hurt him some more. And you know the worst thing about it all? I don't hate him. Not really. I just gingerly opens the fist that she's obviously used to punch the wall several times over. Opens her fist up and just sort of folds her fingers back and forth. I After everything, I still can't get myself to hate him. There's something
No.
wrong with me.
Nah, that ain't nothing wrong with y'all. I ever tell you about my daddy?
Swings her head in his direction.
Well, actually, I think it might be more about my mama. But yeah, long, long time ago, I remember hearing something about this. He and her always called it empathy. You know about that?
I know the logistics, I guess.
Putting yourself in someone else's shoes, you know. That might be what you're having. And I'm sorry, but there's no cure.
Come on, leave me a little bit of hope, why don't you?
Nope, I'm sorry. Empathy, I feel, is a little bit of a ingrained little disease. But why feel that way? Why feel that way that you can't handle? It's a good thing. Being consumed by it goes ahead and creates quite the beast. I know. I've been there, and my soul's grabbed by that for a while. I got all night and all day and all night and all day to talk about it. So what you got?
It's like I said, just me and him against the world for the longest fucking time. Just like, I don't know what to even categorize us, to be honest. Like, more than friends. I mean, not like, sort of gives him a rib with her elbow. Not like that. But it was something bigger than friendship, and yet,
A deep bond. I get it.
well, gives him a sort of smile. I guess you got a little something with Jet like that, huh?
Yeah. Me and Jet do.
Differences, though. I think he was this way from the get-go, and I kept giving him the benefit of the doubt. Because I just thought if he just stopped being so much of an opportunist dick, he was gonna do something really great. I guess he did. It wasn't what I thought. Barry is too smart to not be stupid about these sort of things, I guess, if it makes sense. He's too opportunistic.
Opportunistic, huh? Yeah, I can definitely see that a lot with him. I can see why you want to punch him so bad, man.
Among other reasons. She reaches over to the backpack with Phil in it and just sort of gives it a pat.
Yeah.
He's a little bit in shock at the moment.
I'd be too, honestly. Being stared eye to eye with that, and then having to be told that no way to go ahead and do up all this stuff, lace it, and put it in a bow is go ahead and work with that feller. Well, that'd give me no end of consternation myself.
Huh. I don't know. Fuck. Been chasing him for so long, and now he's right here, and
You don't know what to do.
fuck me, I forgot to even ask him where that fucking part is. The whole fucking goddamn reason I've been chasing him, among other things.
Hey, we'll
That's
be
just
all right.
me, though. I guess that's just me. stupid, trusting, easily sidetracked Louise.
You know, I felt just like you. I am what I am, and what I am ain't much. But you know what?
Yeah.
Eventually, someone's going to go ahead and take a look and notice. I mean, hell, I did. Now, I know, I know former settler turned raider turned engineer. You know that. Whew, I've been on a wheel my life, haven't I? But I'll tell you what, I think it's a good thing that you don't want to let that consume you. I think it's good that you don't want to go ahead and completely obliterate them, especially after everything. I think mercy and getting what you need back is the most important thing. Now, of course, once you ask for the pardon, he goes ahead and says no, and he says something I think we'll call it berryish. I mean, of course, we can go ahead and kick his ass. If you want to go ahead and have a good ass-kicking party, I'm right there with you. Hell, I'll go ahead and see if I can't find any Nuka-Cola for us to go ahead and drink after.
Should fucking break his glasses.
What if those are fake too, huh?
I don't know.
I don't know. What if you punched it,
sometimes
turned to that weird goop? Huh? You ever thought of that?
I was way
Yeah.
less forgiving when we were kids. I remember occasionally I did take his glasses and just break them over my little knees because he
What the
pissed me
fuck?
off enough.
It's a wasteland. We got problems.
Yeah, they got tape, so fuck it. And glue.
Yeah, Wonder Glue, huh? Get out of here, narrator.
Maybe this time if I did it, I won't feel bad about it later.
I wonder what makes a man like that. All kinds of circumstance. But
Sort of
all
leans over and she leans over and sticks her hat on your shoulder. He's just fucking ambitious. Always has been. And I mean, that was one of the things that I used to respect about him.
But then he locked both you and Phil down that vault.
Little shudder goes through her. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't imagine what it's like to be like you in that situation. I've tried. I've thought he needs to face you. He needs to face justice for those things.
Yeah.
He needs to go ahead and give you back that part, so you and yours and your sister Chris can go ahead and have a little bit modicum of safety out here in this wild, crazy wasteland.
I wish you all had met me before I got messed up.
I think that takes two of us. Hell, if we actually came down here, what we originally came down here to do, I think it would have been nice to go ahead and leave what my jet folks want to go ahead and stake out and walk down the trail whistling a tune, occasionally kicking the rad possums out the way. Go ahead and trade down with you down the vault down. I thought that would be real damn nice.
That is a pretty picture.
Yeah. He'll go ahead and just grab you a little bit closer to his chest. But you know what? Even if both you and me are scuffed beyond repair, we're still worth using. No, we're still here. And we're still breathing now, ain't we? I think our brothers, sisters, forebears, and whatever, and whoever's watching would be proud of at least for that.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Barry will get his.
He's not the only one.
But right now, we just gotta go ahead and see how this trail plans out for us. And we'll get that part back. We're in arm's distance of it. And we'll get that right back to Chris for y'all too, all right? Everything will be fine.
Yeah. So looks at the back of her hands now. One hand with bloodied, swollen knuckles, and the other with a big cigarette burn. It's been a hell of a day.
Oh, well, now look at these, why won't you? He'll take your hands in his fingers. I think these are the hands of probably one of the bravest people I've met out here in the wasteland.
Man,
They're a bit burnt and a bit beaten up. A little bit of the callus on the other side. Oh, I can see the gun callus for the trigger right there, too. But these are the hands of a person who knows what to get.
Man, how the fuck you ain't writing poetry or something? It's just fucking. Just sort of puts her forehead next into your chest and just like, nah, don't look at me.
No, poetry. That was my dad's hobby.
Nah.
Ain't mine. There's a lot about me that ain't told and said.
Do we need to go to the other room and fill me in on whatever you boys talked about?
I think Apex should go ahead and give you the spark notes. Out of this, we'll go ahead and shack up and get a good rest and make sure everything's all going well, okay?
Yeah. Well, I recall Theo saying he did a little field medic stuff too. I best guess he better look at my hand.
That's true.
And she will get up and offer her good hand to him.
You stand up.
Oh,
go for it.
One more thing, Louise.
Yeah.
There ain't a damn person out here in the wasteland who I actually talked about my parents with. So if that makes you feel better, you make me feel damn comfortable. All right?
Not better. Honored, I think.
He'll ruffle your hair.
God damn it.
Come on. Oh, come on. You know that old hairdo was just for business anyway.
Goes out the door. It's like, fucking hell, man.
Before you leave, you hear something.
Huh?
Oh, I thought that was you eating something. Okay.
Why would be eating something right into the microphone?
Yeah, it's Dave right outside with a Pop-Tart. Hi!
All right, fine announcement.
Damn it.
I've been out here for 4 weeks.
You hear something outside of the window in your hotel room.
I will pause and sort of swing my head around.
Be cautious. Yeah, I hear that too. I'll look out the window.
You peek out the curtains of the window and you see now a very odd sight. You see currently smashing into the window a bit harder now. You see what looks to be a fishhook. And attached to the fishhook is a piece of paper that's been folded up.
I'll take it gingerly from the fishhook.
You take it from the fishhook. You hear, off in the distance, finally. And then the hook begins to reel back up. You look down at the note. It says, quote unquote starshine.
Huh. Starshine, I think this is for y'all.
The what? She looks at. Look. Opens it up and looks at it.
You open it up, and it reads, Louise, I know you hate me. I know you want to kill me. But I know things. Things to sweeten the pot, so to speak. Things that you and yours, including your Earthshine, really want to know. Think about it. Barry. And on the back of the note, there are 4 symbols drawn.
Okay, what do these symbols look like?
The symbols are very angry looking man
Hang on,
with
I
a
don't
with a
actually
bald
see the
head
notes.
and sort of lines coming off of his head as well. Squiggly lines.
Like anger, like stink lines, but anger lines.
Yeah, like heat lines, yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Or very stinky boathead.
You see an arch.
Just an
Psychic
arch?
lines.
Okay.
You see a razor blade. Like a shaving razor.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of those old-timey shaving razors.
Right.
And you see this symbol.
Kim. That's the above game. That's the underground. What is that symbol again? I know
That's
the
a symbol. That's the symbol of the railroad.
The railroad, right? The underground.
the
railroad
Sims.
thingy.
So the super mutants, the Arch, the White Razors, and the Synths, or at least those organizations that are hitherto involved.
Mm-hmm.
And as you take in those symbols and their possible meanings, and this strange note from Barry, that is where we're going to end the session for this week.
Opa!
Yeah!
Woo!
Whoo!
Oh shit! Finally found Barry.
We're so fucking back.
There are 4 symbols on the back. They're all dick butt. Looks like Barry tried to draw dick butt 4 times.
It just says "Dear Louise" and it's a picture of a butt.
This was like angry dick butt, sad dick butt, happy dick butt, kawaii eyes dick butt.
Oh my god.
Where's that emote line?
Fuck.
Well, did we have fun?
Yes. Good
Yeah.
to be back.
Oh yeah, good to be back. Good to be back indeed. Well, in a couple weeks, we're going to be having another one, 21st. And then after that, it's going to be Gobtober.
Oh my goodness.
That's
That
right.
Time again.
It's that time of year.
Ninth level.
Boom.
Did the goblins level up in between?
I think you did. I thought you did.
I don't remember changing my sheet at all.
The
Mm.
goblins are now 40th level. Goblins
Maybe.
of the multiverse.
Maybe a little lower than that.
A smidge.
30.
But it is
All I
going to be
know is
pretty
Ritzel is-
multiversal.
All I know is Ritzel's rich now. Gonna have to.
His
Oh,
name
the
is
ante.
Richtel.
Remember, when you see the Lady of Pain, just worship her. It's fine.
Look, by the end of that last one, he got everything he wanted. He is a trade magnate now.
Yeah, you're a respected individual in society now.
with
And
massive ties to the with the Thieves Guild.
And Shrike became a apprentice under the great wizard McBadass, McCoolhuge. It's cool. He was never in the right goblin mind after picking up that elf's book. I know blade singing, but I can't read Elven. What if I just yelled "fuck" really loud instead?
Look, I
That
found a
works?
city that doesn't hate goblins. It works out.
It's true.
It is a city made up of, well, mostly hobgoblins, but
Hoblins, we call them.
Either which way, thank you everybody for stopping by for this episode of Gateway.
Yeah.
It was a good one.
Let's go around the horn and de-introduce ourselves, starting with Lanny Pator.
Hi, I'm Lanny. You can find me all over the internet at Lanny Pator. Streaming is on hiatus right now because I am busy AF. Heading to LA next week to narrow down my search for an apartment. Moving in November and filming and recording and doing a whole bunch of other stuff throughout the rest of September and October. So streaming is going to be incredibly limited. So the Ties That Bind is on a temporary hiatus at the moment. But if you do like tabletop, check out Tales Unwritten. It's the latest TFS tabletop thing. It's edited down. There's music, sound effects, a whole bunch of art assets. It's really cool. Stefan put a lot of work into that one. I play a very friendly, happy-go-lucky bard, and there is madness and chaos throughout. Feel free to check that out. That's all I got to pimp out for now.
I quite enjoy it.
Thank you kindly.
Up next, we've got, hey, Mr. Rabbit.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Rabbit. I play Alvin. I'm a writer. I also try to do voice acting. You can find me on Twitch at Hey Mr. Rabbit. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. If you like RPGs, I also like RPGs. We can bond by talking about RPGs. I'm a bit of a storyteller on my streams. I also play horror games and retro games. I play horror games with Sarah on Thursday, and on Fridays, kind of a hodgepodge. It's definitely going to be open in a couple of weeks. And Monday, Tuesday, I try to play RuneScape on stream. RuneScape. I have a neat little account on that one called Mr. Everything. It's an Iron Man account, so it can't trade or pick up loot from other players. And we try to get everything we can get as an Iron Man, all the achievements, all the monster drops, all the every accolade we can get as an Iron Man. I call it Mr. Everything. It's very hard, very challenging, and very fun. And you can watch that for yourself once again on twitch.tv/Hey Mr. Rabbit. That's me.
Right on, right on. Up next, we've got Sarah. Where can they find you? What are you up to?
Twitter and YouTube at Sarah with an H and with an E Willia. I mean, I've shilled already, so yeah. So yeah, and back next Thursday doing more spoopies with the rabbit, and next Saturday is Baldur's Gate, I believe. Gotta download that huge update.
Oh my god. Before my stream today, it was downloading and I'm just like, oh, I wonder how this must be the update, and Jesus!
What did they add?
They added like brand new endings for the game if you want to choose an evil path. They also added built-in modding tools.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What? Like map editing and stuff like that?
Awesome.
I'm not certain, but it was a pretty big update.
That's
I remember,
crazy.
What was their, like, Divinity? Divinity 2 had
Yes.
like a DMing mode. I wonder if they'll ever add that.
They're
Like a
having a
map
big
builder
they're
and
having a
stuff.
big Larian sale on GOG, by the way.
It's yeah, I'm not sure if they'll have like a DMing mode, but We've got
Pretty
modding
cool
tools
with the
now,
tools
so
I have, yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Up next, we've got Zan. Where can they find you and what are you up to?
Yo, it's me, Zan. You can catch me over tomorrow over at twitch.tv/burnoutvon at around 3 p.m. PST. We do an every other week roleplay there. I'm a player. I'm a Dampier Bard as we explore the domains of dread. So if that piques your interest, that'll be there. Monday night, we're on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/AnalysGrim. You can find me DMing for a few friends of the channel you might recognize. At around 7 p.m. PST, that's going to be every Monday night. So if you like D&D fantasy games in space, there's that. Tuesday, we just finished Halo 5 Lasso with Bosco, so we're free. Yay! We're going to be so free that we're going to be doing literally anything else for like 2 months. So Tuesday, we're probably going to be playing, locking in with some extra long stream with Space Marine 2. So if that piques your interest, that'll be there. And last but certainly not least, every Thursday over at twitch.tv/MontyGlue, I play Bertrand Lockwood, the level 15 fighter, as we are deep into Dungeon of the Mad Mage. So if that piques your interest, that will be there. And that's me. I will pass it to the goat.
I suppose that's me.
You are the goat, yes.
Say a noise! They can find me over on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Tumblr, Blue Sky at Distortion Devil, Instagram at Connor McKinley VA. I stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays tomorrow. We're going to be playing some Darksiders 2. We just unlocked the second DLC, so I'll be going through that. I like the small little DLCs they got in that game. Probably takes an hour to complete each one, and you get some fun, cool prizes and some interesting new areas. I'm just very thoroughly enjoying playing through that game. Yes. Wondering if I had anything else to shill. I don't think I do. But
you do have a segue.
I do have a segue,
Yeah.
and that segue leads into this episode was sponsored by Die Hard Dice.
Wow.
Yes!
Amazing.
Indeed.
Die Hard Dice is, as always, your one-stop shop for dice and dice accessories, and if you head over to dieharddice.com, you can use the code Unexpectables to save 10% on your order. Pick yourself up some Lies Aspect Dice as well. They're the official collaboration between the Unexpectables and Die Hard Dice.
Do not forget the merchandise.
That's right, we got our merch store.
We do.
We got all sorts of designs up for sale that you can basically get as... It's just a ton of stuff. I looked and they've got more stuff. They've got bomber jackets now. Like, what?
Let's go.
Yeah. Buy a shirt, I can buy a hoagie. Imagine.
Hoagie with the Unexpectables logo on it.
The Greckles hoagie.
Oh my god.
It's invisible.
Now with less
Truly,
dairy.
that is unexpectable.
What are you eating? I think a bird?
And there you have it. And there you
There
have
you
it,
have
homeboy. Yes, we've got some new designs coming down the pipeline as well, including a gateway design that I'm hoping you'll enjoy.
Oh, damn, boy.
And finally, we couldn't do this week in, week out without bits and subs from viewers like you.
Bits and subs.
And subs.
And subs.
Where did I leave off? Gaijin Goomba, thank you for the raid of the party of 84.
Goomba.
Lasume the Robot, thank you for the 49 months. Let's go. Mr. Snacks, thank you for the 39 months. Chehalem, Froggy's mom, thank you for the 54 months. Woo! One Sway Girl, thank you for the 10 bits. Speaking of ties that bind, I've started watching it. I'm only on episode 89.
You're almost halfway there.
Halfway there.
as well. Thank you to everybody who followed during the course of the stream. But for now, we got to go ahead and we got to wrap this shindig up. Who should we raid? I see Bracky is currently playing Final Fantasy 11.
Nice.
Wow.
Ooh.
That game murdered my time in early high school.
Talk about a blast from the
Final
past.
Fantasy 11.
Let's go ahead and...
It had the most miserable leveling system of any MMO I've ever played.
What? There was never anything annoying with switching class and going like, how do I put on this hat? What?
I have no problem with switching class. I have problem with dying and then losing my level.
Yeah.
God, you lose your levels when you die?
Yeah, you lose.
Yeah.
Like, whenever you were grinding to level up, which you had to do, you had to form a group and grind to level up. And you always needed at least a 10% XP buffer, or else if you died, you would lose that level.
Yeah. It's 100% true.
And
Blue Magic, you could use in endgame content.
Blue Magic was the only one, like, Blue Magic and Beastmaster were the only ones you could solo level with.
Yes, that's why I use Blue Mage, because it's... Yes!
What should our...
Why is it that game's still available? God.
What should our raid message be?
Play a better game.
Don't
How
die,
do you like
I
manually
think.
solving the chest?
Don't die.
Number by
Don't
number.
die.
There's three digits. Oh, did you not guess the 3 digits? I'll try again.
There's a right and a wrong answer to class, and if you choose Dragoon, apparently you chose the worst one.
Uh-oh.
That was my main class. I just wanted to have a little pet dragon, damn it.
Yeah, I
His
look like
name was
Kate,
Ember.
dude. How come Dragoon constantly gets butt?
We're raiding. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. Giving me freaking trauma.